Hey, hold up. You already know what time it is. The spot where the logic takes a coffee break and the real talk clocks in. We mix jokes with gems, clapbacks with confessions, and Mississippi flavor with straight up foolishness. If it's wild, we own it. If it's real, we talking it. If it's messy, oh, we definitely talking it too. From who paying first to who lying this week. It's all fair game once that mic gets hot. So don't adjust your volume. This the chaos you came for. No filters, no rules, just truth with a side of slick talk. Hey, welcome to Talkin Greazy.
Hey, that's something great.
ChatGPT is great for quick answers, but when you need writing,
We're gonna take a moment right here. We're gonna pay homage. We're doing this for the living and those living on. You ready? Okay. Say one day, I'ma see you again. So rest in peace to all my loved ones, family and friends. It ain't goodbye. It's see you later for now. So if you lost someone you love, just know that they looking down. Say one day, I'ma see you again. So rest in peace to all my loved ones, family and friends. It ain't goodbye. It's see you later for now. So if you lost someone you love, just know that they looking down. When I was young, I listened to Bone. I heard the song, but couldn't relate. Wasn't too long before the chrome start sending them home. My heart would ache. Felt the pain, I had to stay strong. The microphone, my way to create. Now that I'm grown, I'm feeling alone. There's so many wakes. How much can we take? This pain that's on the plate, digest it and turn it to greatness. They'll celebrate this at the heavenly gate. Oh wait, we're still here. That fear converted to joy and cheer. The soldiers deploy, to kill and destroy. Identify genocide. When I die, my men are ride. Pity's in the side, so they criticize the cold hearts that's humidified. They ain't finna slide. They just spark when they memorize all the good times. Candle lights when the hood bond. Have faith and you could shine. Live your life till it's your time. Feeling peace is a good sign. Cause one day, I'ma see you again. So rest in peace to all my loved ones, family and friends. It ain't goodbye. It's see you later for now. So if you lost someone you love, just know that they looking down. Say one day, I'ma see you again. So rest in peace to all my loved ones, family and friends. It ain't goodbye. It's see you later for now. So if you lost someone you love, just know that they looking down. Say one day. I know that you're stressed, you laid them to rest. You woke up, you're blessed, okay? You moping depressed, so go and confess and pray for a blessed day. You don't see the point, but that's the point. You're blind to the blessing you see. Your mind is a weapon, this life is a lesson. They sending protection for me. Remember the days, remember the times, remember the smile, remember the moment, but for the condolence, remember the road and all of the miles, tribulation and all of the trials. Know they waiting, I know that they proud. Hands is waving all over the crowd. I hit the stage and go for the bow, bow, bow. They hitting the ground, souls is lifting all over the town. Followed by prayers, followed by tears, followed by years to edit the frowns. Healing the wounds, I visit the tomb, I'm feeling consumed, I'm feeling the tunes. Got it high, I'm feeling the boom. I look at the sky, I'm feeling it soon. That one day, I'ma see you again. So rest in peace to all my loved ones, family and friends. It ain't goodbye. It's see you later for now. So if you lost someone you love, just know that they looking down. Say one day, I'ma see you again. So rest in peace to all my loved ones, family and friends. It ain't goodbye. It's see you later for now. So if you lost someone you love, just know that they looking down. Say one day.
Hey, yo, what's good, gang? What's good out there, bro? It's Saturday night. Y'all already know the weekend is open panel. We on whatever you on. You feel me? Welcome back to the shop. The shop is open. Again, mic drop madness. You feel me? Mic drop madness on Saturday, but that's what we do. We dropping the mic, and it's madness. So tap in, Tap in, people. Know what y'all got going on this good Saturday. We claiming it a good Saturday regardless, you feel me? Regardless of anything, regardless of what happened, we claiming it is a good Saturday. That's what we do. Appreciate you tapping in. If you come in the building, please hit that like button. Please drop a comment. Let me know you're in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button one time. One time. So, hey, it's mic drop, bro. So, hey, you know, it's just a bunch of random stuff off the dome. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. It's going to be whatever it's going to be. And whatever it's already done being, it's done being. Appreciate you again for tapping in. Hey, man. Hold up. Y'all already wilding. See? But welcome back. Welcome back to Talkin Greazy. You already know what this is. It's open panel. Mic drop max. Ain't no script. Ain't no structure. It's pure chaos and conversation. We talk about whatever is on our mind. Dating disasters to gas prices, to family drama, to the broke friends, you know what I'm saying, who always said cash out me back. Let's get messy, let's get funny, let's get crazy. So, how you feeling? How you feeling? So we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with something a little light. You know what I'm saying? Just something a little light. We're just gonna chop it up real quick. Something a little light. You know, a little light something. You know. So we get swig of this Mountain Dew real quick. So, so why do people act different when they get new money? Why do people act different when they get new money? Huh? Tell me that first of all. Let's just run. We're gonna walk that down to the why do people act different when they get new money? You know what I'm saying? As soon as a little extra money hit their account, you know what I'm saying, around tax time, you know what I'm saying? You know, they forget all they broke habits. They spending left and right. They doing they thug-ism. You know what I'm saying? And they start saying, I'll grab you lunch real quick, you know. I've been eating noodles all week. Why you want to grab them now? You feel me? Now all of a sudden you want to grab me some lunch. You know what I'm saying? Tax season turned everybody into motivational speakers. They speaking on how to save money, how to spend money, how to keep money. Like, what? I just seen you hustling, trying to borrow some money the other day. Come on now. They hollering invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And all I see them buy is PS5 and some crab legs, and they relaxing. Like, what? How is that investing in yourself? And don't get me started on people that, you know, who flex after they get a little money and then forget that they owe you money. You acting like I don't see you, bro. Like, I see you. I see you, fam. Come on, Goofy. I see you. But you owe me 30, bro. You owe me 30 dun-duns, bro. Come on now. Run me my money. Can't be posting ballers. You posting, you done been to the liquor store and everything, buying up the liquor store. But you're still ducking that 30 you've been owing me since July. I see you, bro. I remember. I see you. I remember you owe me that money, bro. Run me my money. Let me get them dun-duns up out of you, bro. Let me get them dun-duns up out of you. The munions. Let me get them munions up out of you, bro, that you owe me. You feel me? Like it's hey, bro, it's just like it's mic drop madness, bro, on Saturday. That's what we doing, bro. It's just hey, whatever random, bro. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna get on here, we gonna try to have a little fun. And then we gonna enjoy our Saturday night. Shoot, you feel me? So um dating in 2025, is it officially like a kind of like a war zone? You know what I'm saying? Like you ask somebody what you looking for, and they hit you with, I'm just trying to vibe, you know, and I'm like, you like a vibe? Like this ain't no build a babe. This ain't no AI app. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't build who you want or how you want it. You feel me? And what's up with the people that be wanting relationships with no title? What's up with that? What's up with them people? They be wanting a relationship with no title. Hey, hit that like button, bro. Drop a comment. Let me know you're in the building. You see what I'm saying? They be wanting a relationship with no title. What's up with that? Like, you asking what we're doing? We just chilling. Yeah, you chilling. Then you question like, but who else? You know what I'm saying? Like, who else you chilling with? Cause I'm not trying to play hide and seek with my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got time for that. Who trying to play hide and seek with their feelings these days? Who trying to play hide and seek with their feelings? I got to play hide and go seek with my feelings, cause you don't know whether you want a relationship or not. Huh? Like what? That's what we're doing in 2025 now. I gotta play hide and go seek with my feelings because you don't know whether you want a relationship or not. Like, come on, fam. Like, come on, bro. And I be texting you every morning, call you every night. I even know your mama's name and everything. At that point, you almost mine. You feel me? At that point, we should go together, unofficially, but emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, we in a relationship, ain't we? If I know all that about you, like you should know all that about me. It's like what we doing? What we doing? That's all I'm saying. What we doing, bro? That's dating in 2025 now. It's almost like you gotta play hide and go seek with your feelings. You don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We all be lost. Just be sometimes just be going with the motion. You gotta go with the flow sometimes because you don't know what's gonna happen next. You don't know what's gonna happen next. I don't know what's gonna happen next. We all just know something gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? Like it'd be so confusing out there, bro. So mm-hmm. And let's talk about the talking stages, That thing lasts longer than some people marriages. You feel me? Like for real, like talking stage they be so undecided about what they really want to do. Like how we been talking for 9 months, but I still don't know like maybe what your middle name is or your favorite color or something like that. I done met your dog. I done seen who your ex is. Like, and I done seen your attitude. But I haven't seen your intentions. Like, what? Like, people will vibe you right into confusion. You know what I'm saying? You ever had a situation like this so stressful, you almost start praying for peace, like it's like your whole life depended on it. You know what I'm saying? Like you praying, you fasting and praying for peace because this situation got you confused. Like you asking the Lord, if this ain't the person for me, like deliver me. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, next step is buy matching pajamas for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And you know people do that now. They buy them matching pajamas. You know, everybody want to get into that. Everybody want to be. They don't want to be the last one that coming to the Christmas dinner and they ain't got nobody to match pajamas with. People be on that now. They be hating when that's them. That's them. They gotta come to the family. They gotta come to the family together without the matching pajamas on. Ooh-wee. They don't almost want to come. Then they always want to step out. Like for real. Everybody don't want to match the pajamas though, but some people do. Some people care about that real hard. Like feel like it's well, I don't feel like it's a competition or something. I guess I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, it might drop. It might drop madness, bro. So we just chopping it up. We just on whatever. You feel me? We think about something else now. Let's talk about friends, bro. You know, I be thinking really got friends that really uh fool with me the long way. You know what I'm saying? The long way. You know what I'm saying? Because half of y'all that claim y'all day one, y'all shit done expired like a year ago. You know what I'm saying? It is really day ones anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there really any day ones left out here? You know what I'm saying? You can tell. Sometimes you can tell who your real friends are, though. Like when you start doing better, you know what I'm saying? Some people clap for you in public. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even know it, but they competing with you in private, and you like, what? You like, why you competing with me? Wow. JNYG Studio said, wow. What's your wow about, JNYG Studio? What's your wow about? You know what I'm saying? Like the whole time they competing with you on the back end, and you don't even know it. You think these people really rooting for you because they clap for you in public. Because when you talk to them, it sounded like they really they really was excited about your accomplishment, something that you've done. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy that they do that to you. You feel me? You know, I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that you think is your real friends. You know what I'm saying? They telling you, oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, bro, you did that. You did that. Talk your shit. I'm talking about shit. Talk your shit. I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But that smile, that smile got a little lag in it. You know how sometimes your internet will lag. You know what I'm saying? That smile that they got for you got a little lag in it. You know, when you tell them that, hey, I just got this promotion at work. Oh man, I'm proud of you. Next thing you know, a couple weeks later, they talking about they got a promotion too. Like, bro, this wasn't no competition. Like, I thought you was really rooting for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we competing? Like, who's? Well, I ain't competing. Why you competing with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, who you trying to impress? I ain't trying to impress nobody. I'm just trying to make it. You feel me? I'm just trying to make it through the day. You know, take care of my business. You know. So it's just you gotta watch them, bro. You gotta watch them. You know, these so-called friends. You know, that claim to be day ones, but are you really day ones? You know what I'm saying? No, they ain't. They fake ones. I just made that up. They fake ones. Yeah. That's what they are. So watch them now. Watch them. Cause some of everybody ain't happy with your accomplishments in life or your plans or your goals. I heard somebody tell me you can't tell everybody what you're trying to do or what you plan on doing, because some people prey on your downfall. And most of the time you think about it, most of the time it's somebody's telling somebody something that they plan on doing, that they think is real important to them or big to them. Most of the time they telling someone they think is their friend. And then it don't go through, and then they wonder why did this fail? Why it didn't work? Like I had a proven plan. I had a what's the word I'm looking for? I had worked all the gimmicks out in it. You know what I'm saying? I had studied it back and forth. But it still didn't work. Maybe because one of them persons you told it to that you thought were your friend, maybe they were behind your back praying about your downfall, making sure it didn't work. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't gotta tell them. Just let them see it when it happens. It's too late then. You can't hate on me then because I already done happened. Goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, hey, just be careful when you're talking to these people out here, man. Be careful who you call your friend, who you really got your back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Especially the ones that only want to call you just to figure out what you're doing. Cause they ain't seen you move. They ain't seen you in action nowhere. So they want to figure out your movement. You know what I'm saying? So they like, let me call my friend and get a little nosy. Girl, do what you been up to lately. I hadn't seen you. No, you ain't seen me because you ain't moving like I'm moving. You feel me? You ain't going the same direction I'm going. You going a different direction. I ain't trying to go the direction you going. I got a whole different path I need to walk. You know what I'm saying? Because they say everybody can't go with you. Everybody can't go with you when you try to elevate. Everybody cannot go with you when you try to elevate. Stop trying to take everybody with you. It ain't meant for everybody to go with you. You feel me? So just think about that. I understand people do this to me all the time. I mean, I'm just saying, like, hey, be careful who we call friends. I got to the point where I just started. I only call one or two people my friends now. I real talk. Everybody else I call associates. You are an associate. You're not a friend. You're an associate. But I stopped that. I give people the energy they give me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta feed that monster whatever that monster want to eat. That same energy. You know what I'm saying? They ain't giving you no energy like they your real friend. Then you don't give no friend energy. You know what I'm saying? So like, but yeah, just keep that in mind, bro. Like for people who you really think might be your friend out there, just keep keep that third eye open, as they say. That third eye open. Keep that. Some people say keep a discernment from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta tell you who ain't your friend, who really your friend. You know what I'm saying? Be weary. The old folks you say be weary of the dog that bring you the bone. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that dog that bring you the bone, the same one trying to chew on it. Be careful out there, y'all. Be careful. Be careful. Like I said, it's mic drop madness on Saturday. That's what we're doing. So whatever the mic drops, that's whatever it drops. Whatever you feeling, we taking it there. But man, life be lifing though. Life be lifing. You feel me? Like adulthood got to be like almost like the worst. like a subscription, like a Netflix subscription or something. Like it's got to be like the worst one ever. You know what I'm saying? Like so much changes throughout the course of adulthood that I don't think we were ready for, or we were so happy or so eager to get there. You feel me? So, but because you think about it, man, bills come every month. You can't even cancel them. You can't cancel them bills every month. You know what I'm saying? They coming. You know, and then it's a lot of just a bunch of maybe the next check will hit. You know what I'm saying? I try again Monday. You know what I'm saying? You ever check your account before payday or a couple days before payday, and you just look at that mother, you just stare. I mean, I'm just being honest. You ever check your account and look at that mug and just stare? And I ain't talking about you staring because of happiness. You staring because you wonder how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. I still need gas to go to work. I still need to eat. Like I still got habits I'm trying to take care of. You know, and you just stare at it. You like, dang, I go to work every day, and it's like still nothing. You know what I'm saying? You at the point to where you robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know what I'm saying? And you just staring at that account, and you like, maybe if I, you know how sometimes on the Wizard of Oz, they told her tap her feet 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So you thinking you staring at it, you like, maybe if I blink a couple times, the amount in my account will change. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the number gonna grow. You know, you wish it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nope, still tragic. So the whole time the people tell you, hey, stay in school, stay in school. They ain't tell you the bills were gonna stalk you like a toxic ex though. They ain't tell you that. They ain't tell you them bills were gonna come knocking at your door like it's the FBI with a warrant for you or something. They didn't tell you that. You feel me? Shoot. So life be lifing though, man. Life be lifing, and a lot of times it be hitting you when you be like, okay, dang, I did a little this, I did a little that, and I got where I think a little comfortable, and I'm starting to make moves. As soon as you start making the moves, you be like, bam, something hit. You have an accident, your car tear up, your washing machine tear up, your dryer tear up, you got what else? Your car need parts. Like it's something. Something happens every time you think you done got ahead. You know what I'm saying? That's how my lawnmower man is. What? Your lawnmower man is. Lord. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, why are they doing? What's wrong with that? Why is doing that? Okay, let's see that one popped up. Oh no. Anywho, but see, yeah, I'm just saying, like, life be lifing, bro. Like like we were so excited to get here. We were so excited to be adults. To thought it was just gonna be fun and game for a bunch of these guys. And I put myself into it. We thought it was just gonna be money and sex. I'm just being real. Like, hey, you thought it was gonna be money and sex once you got to adulthood. That's what you thought you should have a lot of. Sadly mistaken it. You know, that's when I pray more. That's what I'm talking about. But see, and now This is me being real. I don't take this like I'm saying it's nothing against prayer, because I believe in praying. I do, and I know God will answer my prayers all the time. Every time He will answer my prayers. But sometimes you be like, man, God ain't moving fast enough. Bro, you be wanting them prayers instantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're going through something, when you're going through a little trial and problem in your life, you be expecting God to answer them prayers in the next hour. So you like that. Oh man, where you at? You know what I'm saying? But God answers prayers on His time. You know what I'm saying? People gotta understand that He answers on His time, not your time. You know. So, but just being honest, like we want that. We want God to answer that prayer right when we pray it. You know what I'm saying? We need you to move right now, not 2 weeks from now, right now. And I always don't have like that. You know what I'm saying? I always don't have like that. But you gotta understand that. Like I said, He moved at His own time, not your time, not my time, at His time. So, but yeah, we just talking about it, man. We just talking about stuff, bro. Hey, it's Mic Drop Madness on Saturday. That was Saturday finna be. Every Saturday finna be Mic Drop Madness. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you done went through that week, that's what it's gonna be. That we're gonna talk about. And we're gonna let the mic drop. Feel me? So, but let's switch it up a little bit. Let's switch it up. Let's switch it up. I think let's switch it up. Just random thought. Switch it up a little bit. Let's talk to the fellas real quick. Okay. Why do guys be wanting to why do they be wanting to lie about their height? I ain't never understood that. Like I mean, I am what I am. You know what I'm saying? I got what I got. But fella be right here hollering, man, I'm 6'2". No, I ain't even 5'10". You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like just say that. Like ain't no what's the shame in a man's height? Like do is that more attractive for a woman? A man's height. If you're taller, women are more attracted to taller men. I don't know, but I'm like, why y'all be wanting to lie about how tall y'all is? You know what I'm saying? Like you out here talking about I'm 6 foot with shoes on. Like what? No, well you 5'10", bro. Stop playing. Why are you lying? You ain't but 5'10". Stop lying. Like why? Like bro, them Tims ain't a personality trait. You know what I'm saying? Like cause they give you another inch or something. They ain't no personality trait. You know what I'm saying? But I guess somebody told the fellas, the women like taller guys. I guess that's a thing. Mm, So supreme clap, just insecurity. Everyone got that thing they lie about to themselves. Hey, you right. Everybody got that thing, but I'm like, bro, like eventually, if y'all work out something and y'all develop a relationship, somewhere down the line, bro, she gonna figure out you lied that you actually not 6'2". You only 5'11". You know what I'm saying? Like you only 5'7". You holler you 5'10". Like somewhere down the line, she gonna eventually find that out, and she might know it right off the back, according to she know how tall she really is. You know what I'm saying? Like just be real about it, man. You know. And to the ladies, like stop saying I want a real man And then you fold when he asks you what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? All they want to say, oh, I'm bringing myself. I am the table. What? What is that? So you just bring a wood. That's what you bring? A table made out of wood. So you just bring a wood to the table. That's what you bring. Like if all you got is vibes and attitude, just say I'm a snack, not a meal or something. You know what I'm saying? Like don't just holler you gonna bring the whole table when you ain't bringing them with them box of chips that you get out. Got about 5 different kinds in it. You know, a little small bag of chips you can get in the box. Like if that's how you bring it, just be real about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gotta lie about it. You know, if you ain't bringing no meal, you just ain't bringing no meal. You know, a lot of times we just want to know what it is. A lot of times we just want to know what it is. It ain't even gotta be perfect. We just want to know. A lot of times, a real man don't ask that question. I don't know about that one. Boys ask that question. Why you say that, Miss Studio? Why you say a real man won't ask that question? Because I mean, I think that's a fairly good question to ask. If you're a real man or if you're a boy, I think that's a fairly good question to ask because I think you need to know because real women ask that question. So why do you say real men don't ask that question? I'm just asking, man. I'm just asking. Just asking. I'm sorry, correction. Biblical men. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that's cool. You can say that now. But why they wouldn't ask it? They need to ask that too because sometimes you could be you. If I ask you, hey, what you bring to the table, and if I'm a biblical man and shoot, you ain't saved, you could be bringing demons to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, what's wrong? He might need to ask that. A biblical man might need to ask that too. You know what I'm saying? Only simps or a man trying to steal something from me ask this question. Hmm, I don't know then. I don't know about that one, but I under who I'm talking to now. Who you talking to now? You said the lawnmower man. Who you talking to? You said something about lawnmower man earlier. You talking to a lawnmower man? That's what you talking about? So I don't know. I just think it's a fairly good question to ask. Really. I mean, if you ask me, I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong a few times in my life. Not that many, but I'm normally 95% right. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time I'm right. You know what I'm saying? So, but okay, I would say the Bible doesn't say that's a man's job to have her provide and protect. Huh, I'm not saying she got to provide and protect. I'm saying what she brings to the table though. That could be either is she bringing a what I'm looking for is she bringing a spiritual side or is she a woman that can cook, clean? All that falls under characteristics of what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, is you a loyal person? Is you a truth teller? Do you lie a lot? Like all that could fall up under the notion of what you bring to the table. At least that's what I think. Like I said, sometimes I could be wrong. Now, this might be that 2% that I'm wrong. You know, it might be that 2% that I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know if I'm wrong or not. I'm pretty spot on most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Pretty spot on most of the time. That's the table though. Yeah, well, see, what I'm saying is whether you bring in all of that. Now, if you bring in all of that, then you could possibly say you the table. But what if you only bring half of that? Then you can't say you are the table. You feel me? So I'm just saying, like, we need to be truthful when we answer that question of what you're actually bringing. You know, not just kind of just say I am the table. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to say um, when you are a lady. I guess because that's what we said a lot. You know, so but yeah, that's what I think about that now. Um, so but yeah, like I said, hey, you just might drop madness, but we just talking, we just chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, just chopping up. You misunderstanding. Pruding and protecting is table. That's supposed to be provided. They said pruding. You're misunderstanding, providing, and protecting is the table. Oh, okay. Oh, you saying providing and protecting is the table. Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. So for a woman, she can't say that she's bringing the table in there. If you saying, if you're saying the notion of providing and protecting is a table, then a woman, when you ask her what she's bringing um, to the relationship, she can't say she's the table because she don't supposed to provide and protect. Are we correct on that? Are we on the same page on that now? Um, you know what I'm saying? Are we on the same page now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I get you now. I think I follow where you're going now. I think I follow where you're going with it now. I think I understand now. I think I understand now. Um, but yeah, I think I understand it now. So appreciate for that dialogue, though. Appreciate that dialogue. Under who I am. Oh, okay, cool, bean. Okay. Y'all ever argue with somebody while they hungry? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you can't even think straight, you know. And then she yelling, and you just staring like, I can't even respond till I eat. You know what I'm saying? Then she hit you with the I don't. I think you act like you don't care. You like I care. I just want a couple fries first. You know what I'm saying? Like I like fries. You know? Can you solve problems on Can you solve problems on an empty stomach? If you're hungry and you haven't ate, can you have a legitimate conversation and solve an issue while you're hungry? That's a good question. I ain't never thought about that. Hmm. It's just, huh. want to catch some. I mean, cause most people when they get hungry, they kind of get frustrated. They kind of get a little attitude. They get mad at you or something because you ain't moving fast enough to get them the food. Like whatever situation may be. So can you solve a problem? Oh, don't talk about food. Do hunger right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hello, I didn't know you. Why didn't tell me you popped in? It didn't even notify me that I had somebody trying to come up.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you for
Awesome.
tapping in.
Thank you.
So tell me, can you solve a problem while you're hungry? Do you think that's
Absolutely not.
possible?
Absolutely not. If I'm talking to a man and he
I think I lost you for a second. You're on mute.
oh, I'm sorry. Um yeah, so no. If I'm out with a man and he wanna have a conversation, it should be a universal law that most women have attitude because they hungry. Like, if he can't figure that out, like I don't need to be telling you that I'm hungry and you need to feed me because you're not taking care of me. You know what I mean? Like it should be your job.
Yeah.
Like don't like let's not have a meaningful conversation until I'm well fed. Because like a man that's taking care of you, that's gonna provide for you, that's protecting you, he's gonna make sure that's not something that you know what I'm saying? That's literally the first thing a man think about when he loves somebody. When he really love a woman,
Hmm.
he trying to make sure she's good. Now we're not talking
Yeah.
about men who don't love a woman. We're not talking about men who aren't trying to impress a woman. We're only talking about the men who care. And when they do, they're gonna make sure that she's fed so they won't have that problem. And most men who have great relationships can tell you this is one of the keys to the relationship. She got attitude because she hungry. She wants something and she don't feel like getting it. Like a lot of times women do a lot of background stuff because God made us to be like nurturers and stuff. So I done already took the kids to school, cleaned up the house, cooked for everybody. But that wasn't what I wanted to eat, I done already
Oh,
did several
whoa,
people's
whoa.
appointments, and all this other kind of stuff. I done took such and such to go get their hair cut. I done took the dog to go get the dog trim. I didn't want to put air in the tire. I got to go pick up my niece and nephew to drop off the birthday present. Like, I've done 12 million things today already. And now I'm frustrated because I got other things. It's like a running list in my mind. I got other things that I need to be doing to ensure that this household keep working. So why come you can't give me nothing to eat? You know what I'm saying? I would just rather not eat because I got so much other stuff I got to do anyway. A lot of people just forget anyway to eat, you know.
Yeah.
Like when I'm
So,
single, I
so
forget to eat all the time because I'm doing 1,000 other different things. It wasn't meant for people to be alone like that. Like that's the purpose of a partnership, to have somebody to help you remember stuff and to help you do stuff. And so when a woman is already doing, like a lot of these women out here carry a massive workload. And then in addition to that, they already have to go to work after they carry the workload. So what he doing? He going to work and coming home. A lot of we talking about men who don't care at this point. They're just going to work and coming home and expecting a meal and expecting some sex, I guess. If y'all doing it, if y'all shaking up, right?
yeah.
Um, like that woman is gonna be miserable because like where's the affection? Where's the time? Like, see, I'm gonna say it like this. It's a reason why the older women, like the older women in the older generation, stayed when they man was cheating on them. Them men was they was providing and protecting. He had two families because he could take care of two families. You see what I'm saying? He was spending time with the
Yeah. I
kids
mean,
at the house. And he was spending time with the kids over there. He had put everything in her name because he knew that the life expectancy of a man is shorter than a woman. You see what I'm saying? So he already had everything in her. You know, she's not stressing out if something were to happen to him. She still got a house to stay in. He provided and protected for her. You see what I'm saying? So she ain't had no problem pouring back into that man, cooking him some. Oh, you can have your little mistress, this, that, and the other. But see, nowadays, men don't want to provide and protect. Men don't want to do the biblical thing that God tells them to do. They want to be a woman. They want to be sassy. They want to, well, you didn't put me any flowers. You don't open my door. You don't put no gas in my car. You don't say lullabies to me at night. And it's like, sir, I didn't know that I was dating a woman. Because that's what women want. These are things that women need to soothe. Like, if she already doing all of the things that you have asked her to do as her partner, and you can't pour back into her, you don't deserve that woman. You just using her. You see what I'm saying? You want a babysitter. You want a mommy that you can have sex with. That's all it is. You just want a mom that you could be, intimate with. That's all. And so those are simps. Those are the men that ask you, what are you bringing to the table? Because they're looking for something. They're looking for an opportunity to use you. Because they already know you're not their dream girl. They just wasting time. They need a notch on their belt. A woman don't want all that. We ain't wired for all that. Like, stop wasting our time. That's why you see a lot of women, a lot of millennials, in this generation, why the majority of women's, we're the new adults now. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that because I seen such and such happen to my folks, and I seen my cousin get treated this way and that way, and woo woo woo. That's why a lot of women are just like sitting back and like realizing like, that man want the same thing I want. He want his toes done. He want his nails did. Ain't nothing wrong with a man having a manicure. We prefer your nails to be clean. Wait, ain't nothing wrong with a man having. Let me specify, right? But he wanted in lieu of not giving anything else. He's not doing the reciprocity part of love. He just want the reciprocation part of it from the woman. You see what I'm saying? It's me on his side, and then he get mad and gaslight you and tell you this ain't that and try to humble you. Oh, well, she thinks she better than me or whatever because she carry herself a certain way. Let me have sex with her to humble her. That's how a lot of men think. I need to, knock her confidence down. Let me have sex with her and not call her back. That's a simp. Like, that's a man who don't understand what's really happening here. He ain't doing nothing but put miles on his body. And women talk. Baby, I see a man, he go in a group chat. We finna see who done been with him or who done had him before. Because if Sarah, May, Kathy, and Lou done told me that this dude that I just gave my number been around, like, I don't want him. It's like a car, baby. The miles is, he got too many miles on him. Ain't no telling what he harboring up in there. He might be a carrier of an STI or something like that. Why would I waste my time? He a thought. Like, I'm not finna waste my time with somebody, I really want to be with you. It doesn't matter, baby. Like, you really want to be with all the other women too. So I'm not special. It ain't nothing special about me. I'm another circumstance for you. You see what I'm saying?
You could be special too. Now you could be.
No, if I was special, if that was the goal, if he always had the goal of I'm saving myself till I meet the special woman, he wouldn't be a thought. You see what I'm saying? He wanted to have fun and stuff first. See, now he getting old. Now he in a wheelchair. Now he receiving SSI, and I'm ready to settle down now, baby. You ran through. You looking for a caregiver now? You looking for a caregiver, a nurse? That's what you want. You want a nurse?
That's what he want.
A woman? Nah, women. I don't mind when I see these women saying no to guys. Like, I don't. As long as they can do it safely, I applaud that because people show you who they are. People show you who they are, baby. You got 12, 11,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Because really, I mean, if we just gonna be honest, the track record don't matter. The body count don't matter on a man or a woman. It really matters about the character that they have. But here's the thing. A lot of men grow up slower than women do. They coddle.
That's true.
They so busy having fun that they ain't learned how to be an adult yet. So there's still a boy in a man's body because remember, boys are young men who are learning responsibility. You have to learn how to have responsibility to be an adult, right? So if a man is still learning how to manage everything, he still has a boy mentality because that's what boys do. They're in the stage of learning how to do that. Now a man already know what he got to do, how he gonna do it, and he's able to, you know. I'm sorry about the background noise. A man already know what to do and how to do, and he's able to, you know, anything pop up, he can handle that right then. He can think quickly on his feet, improv. He could come up and solve problems and make decisions. That's what a leader does. A man has already went through the training of knowing what to do. But see, people who haven't been exposed to that, people who hadn't been in a real relationship, people who only been chasing booty and not relationship, right? Not something forever. They haven't gone through these growing pains on what to do. And so you find a man 45 years old who ain't never had to do this before. And then he mad at you because everybody's not like you. You want too much. And it's like, no, baby, this is simple. It's easy to pay a light bill. You know, it's easy to put gas in a car. If you don't know how to do it, there are YouTube videos out there, and you're saying you don't know how to do this very simple thing when you have a computer in your pocket that's called a cell phone or 4G or 5G. So at this point, not only are you dumb, because dumb is a lack of knowledge, right? But you're unwilling to teach yourself so that you won't look dumb. Because you cannot know something and play it off. You ever heard the term fake it till you make it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You can do that. You can absolutely do that in this day and time with the internet. You can absolutely do that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That woman will never know that you didn't know how to do that. Long as you got it done, said that your initial response was, okay, I can do that. Before you even knew how to do it. And you went and looked it up and learned how to do it and practiced how to do it. And that way it appeared that you already knew how to do it. Well, guess what? You done gained XP points. But see, a lot of men aren't like that. A lot of men just, well, I'm not gonna say men because these aren't men. Again, they're boys in an adult body. They have a mentality of a child because children don't have a lot of experiences because they ain't lived long enough. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same equivalence if you've lived a long time and done the exact same thing all your life, and now you need to come into the big boy world, and you can't do that because you don't have any experiences. You don't have any knowledge to do the thing. And then the men want to get upset. Well, she not rubbing my back because you ain't providing for her. A masculine man will automatically make a woman submit. Her femininity will come out. It don't matter if she thought she was gay. It don't matter. Like, because that's how God made us. You see what I'm saying? I didn't seen people like what do they call them? Studs melt in front of a masculine man. Because he already knew what to do. And that's what she reacting to. Women are reacting to men.
Right.
So any man that think a woman is the problem, he the problem. Because a man is supposed to be the leader, and if a woman has to usurp you, then you ain't did your job. That's all it is. You ain't done your job. So you need to figure out what job that is and do it.
So hold on. So you were saying after you done cook the meal for everybody else, if that ain't what you want, then you expect that man to go buy you something else then?
Okay, so I was speaking from the scenario that y'all got kids together, y'all staying in this house, and everybody got a different taste bud. A lot of time, parents, like mothers, they are nurturers, okay? Anytime you got a parent that's not a nurturer, you tend to see them not keep their kids for very long. You see what I'm saying? So we're assuming that the child is nurtured by the mother, right? She got loving parents in the household, the children, right? And the mother is cooking for the family, meaning that man and those kids. A lot of times, mommy doesn't want to eat what she's cooking for you guys, especially if the person I married, or I mean, I ain't never checked up with nobody personally, but I have seen other people like live with their baby daddy or something like that. And they don't
Right.
necessarily want to eat what everybody else wanted to eat. Like, y'all eat a spaghetti, I don't eat that. I want ice cream because I deserve a treat. Like let's go get, some
Okay.
Dunkin' Donuts or something. Because apparently the world runs on Dunkin'. I don't know. I don't know the phrase. But anyway, my point is, so yeah, and it's been time in my when I was married, um, to where my spouse wanted to eat something specific. And because I loved him, it didn't matter how long it took to cook. Sometimes I started cooking the night before because this thing gotta be marinated the way that he like it overnight. And the kids, they wanted to eat something separate. Like you got picky eaters. My spouse was a picky eater,
Right.
and one of the kids was a picky eater, so they had to have different meals. I'm the one responsible for cooking it because that's what we agreed on when we got married. So yeah, I didn't want to eat that. I don't eat that. I don't want to eat
Okay.
that. So I wouldn't eat. Or I just prepare something on the side for me. But if that's all I prepared, a little snack or whatever, and then later on I got a little attitude because I'm tired. I don't feel like getting back out. I don't feel like cooking because I've been on the stove for like 6 hours. I'm tired.
Right.
It's his job to ask me to figure out what's going on with me. That's where the emotional intelligence come in. Only men have emotional intelligence, and then solve the problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we see this a
I
lot
think
when we dating or whatever, in seasoned marriages or whatever. Marriage is about compromise and sacrifice. So you don't. A lot of times, people you don't see this a lot in marriage because one of the spouses is compromise or sacrifice. But when people are dating, the women get upset when the man is not feeding them. Like, if I'm hungry, what I'm talking to you for? And if you're not finna willing to provide it for me while we dating, you're not gonna be good husband material. Cause I'm already seeing what kind of man you are. You can't go and run and give me something to eat real quick. You can't bring it with you. You grabbed something to eat before you came, but you didn't get me nothing, and you knew you was coming over here. Oh, okay, that's a selfish man. Don't nobody want to be with a selfish person.
he might have thought you already ate though.
But he ain't asked though. You have to
Okay.
automatically assume that this is what I want. You know what I'm saying? Or a woman don't like to tell a man multiple times. That's why women get so angry because they probably have already told you 2 or 3 times, or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 times. And it's not important enough to you as a man to either write it down so you won't forget. Cause I didn't seen men, I didn't been with men who, if they know that I like something or they know that this thing makes me happy, they go right on to their contacts list and tap on my name and put in a note section. This is her Taco Bell order.
Hmm.
This is her favorite color. This is that or whatever. And when he out, he knows that I want orchids and tiger lilies. Don't bring me no baby breath. I'm not gonna accept that. I don't want that. Don't go and get me Starbucks. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a man that actually care about a woman. Because if he care, he care. You see what I'm saying? Caring is taking care of somebody, right? Caring is being considerate of that person. If I'm asking you for apples and you bringing me oranges, and then you get mad at me that I better be lucky that you thought about me. That's not care. That's manipulation. Because I didn't ask you for oranges. I asked you for apples. And I'm the type of person, me personally. If you can't do what I ask you to do, don't do nothing at all. I would rather you show up with nothing than to bring me the wrong thing. Because now it's just seeming like you doing this on purpose to piss me off. You gassing me. You know?
Hmm.
Do you do women like that?
Like which part?
Any of it?
Um, I try to.
That's
I,
crazy.
I, what's crazy?
Bringing them
Hmm?
the wrong thing, bringing them oranges when they ask you
Oh,
for apples.
no. I'm saying that's why I asked you what particular question you was asking because when I said I try to, I said I try to um, bring something that I know they like or that I know they might want. Um, for the most part, do I do it all the time? No, I probably don't do it all the time. And
Don't sound
that's a
like you
me
met the
thing.
woman that you want to be with.
I mean, I could still be done met the woman I want to be with, but a lot of times,
And you're not putting in forth effort? I don't
when
think
you
so.
well, well, what what you have to realize is people are different.
Yeah.
So
But God
if
made
I
us all the
if
same. The
this ain't
makeup is human
if
though.
this ain't
And so go ahead.
yeah, but if this ain't been a requirement from anybody else that I've dated in my life, then it's still a learning curve when I get to somebody that now this is a requirement or this is
Mm.
something that will make them happy. It's still a learning curve for that individual. If they hadn't been dealing with something of that nature for the vast majority of their life.
That's a valid point. But also, when you're trying to do something in the learning curve, trying to show, your actions will show what you're trying to do. Your intention behind your heart will show, regardless of whatever you're doing. So,
Yeah, and that's why I said like sometimes I do it. Like what I was saying, I have to work on myself to where I'm doing it every single time. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes I forget. Sometimes
but
I
it's not
forget
an
to.
excuse to forget if this the person you want to be with. Like a man who really want to be with a woman, he don't forget. He don't allow himself to forget because he got sticky notes. He got a note app in his phone. He got alarms on his phone. He keep that phone with him everywhere he go. You can go to Dollar Tree and get a notepad and a pen and stick it in your car on the steering wheel. You got an alarm on your phone. You got a note app in your phone. You could put it in the contact list in the note section so you won't forget. You see what I'm saying? So like in this day
I
and age,
mean,
some people got smartwatches. They can set alarms and they can set reminders on their phone and it'll just pop up. All they gotta do is look at their watch. So I mean, that's an excuse in 2025. Now maybe in 1865 when we didn't have smartphones, you know, when we had the message by pigeon, that's acceptable. But any high value woman, any woman who is living her life and she's a biblical woman, any woman that's an elegant woman, any woman that's a classy woman, any woman that has self esteem, she's not going to allow a man to treat her that way. And so the man can't get upset for his shortcomings because she done already gave you a chance. Women don't just throw men away. God made us to nurture. So we're gonna stay a little bit and pay attention. Some women catch on quicker than other men. I mean, quicker than other women do. But that's just a lack of accountability on the
well,
man's part.
I ain't gonna say that because the
I
accountability
will.
is that I forgot to do it every time, or that I may forget to do it every time. That's the accountability part.
What's
Because
your
I'm already,
reaction when she bring it up? When she tell you that you forgot? What do you react like? What's your initial reaction?
my initial reaction is just that I forgot. I mean, I don't know. Ain't no other reaction to it. That's it. Like, do you want me to go get you something now? Like that. I mean, that's all you can do. Because I can't go back and rewind time and do it again.
It ain't
So,
about rewinding time. It's about the thoughtfulness that you put into it when you use the time to see her. And so, like, I know some men like to make it about, the past. Like, oh, well, I can't rewind time, but it's not about that. It's about how often you doing the thing, and it's about how considerate you are each time that you do it. Now, if somebody does something to me at least 3 or 4 times, because I'm watching, I'm paying attention, and there's no apology, there's no remorse, there's no change in behavior. See, I don't look at just words and I don't look at just actions. I look at the patterns behind it. A pattern to tell you who that person is. And so, like, if his reaction is he's upset that I don't have the thing, and I'm pouting that I don't have the thing, like he's reacting to me pouting about it, that he forgot it, and instead of trying to rectify it, it's the issue, he's the problem. Because I'm the woman. I'm not supposed to provide for myself. He's supposed to provide for me. You see what I'm saying? And then if you make it to the marriage, the woman is probably going to be the one paying all the bills. She's probably going to be the one doing all the things. She's probably going to be, because like 50-50 don't mean nothing but roommate. What I'm married to my roommate for? I don't do that. You see what I'm
I
saying?
mean, that was
I
usually
mean,
said back in the day, but now that's hard to say unless you got somebody making six figures and
but
a
is
lot.
it
It ain't that much in Mississippi doing that.
true? But here's the thing: the internet exists, so you can get AT&T fiber. You can use your cell phone as a great camera. You don't even need a DSLR. Like people making money. Like it was a guy on this podcast, on this very podcast, making money off of toes. Like, and I don't know if he was selling somebody else's toes, pictures of their toes, or selling his own. But people like different things, and it's literally billions of people in the world. And so it don't take nothing but like 100,000 people out of the billion people in the world to make you more than a six-figure income haver. You could sell books. You could get on YouTube and make a podcast. You can write books. You can teach children. You could take any skill that you learn and you're a master it, and you can teach that as a course and give a webinar. You see what I'm saying? So if a man is broke, that's his choice. He chose that.
Mm, so that okay.
Well, I'm not talking about people who are mentally retarded, okay? I'm not talking about people who got a learning disability because obviously they can't do the thing to make the money. But anybody else, I mean, well, I really can't even say that because I know dogs making more money than some people I know. And they just on the K9 unit and they get an actual check. I know people who don't have arms and legs who making well over six figures. And they not even on social media. They just mastering a craft like tailoring or cooking with no hands and feet. And this man who got two hands, 2 feet, a brain, and a little bit of extra time, you don't need no but 2 or 3 hours a day after work. If you're working a 9 to 5, that means he not zealous about his future. That means this is not a man who thinks about the future. This is not a man who uses his resources. This is not a man who has connections or who likes to network because sometimes it ain't what you know, it's who you know. So that let me know that this man don't got no friends in high places. That let me know that this man don't want to have the time because everybody got the 24 hours. Everybody got the same 24 hours, right? So if I have the same amount of time as you do, but I can make X amount of money and you're not making it, and I have less education than you, I have less time than you do, then it's not an excuse. You see what I'm saying? Like, men make more money in the workforce than women do, especially on a white collar job. To this day, women are being passed over on promotions all the time because it's a man's world. And you telling me a man can't succeed in a man's world, that's his problem, not mine. I'm gonna find somebody who is trying to succeed, somebody who is, paying the bills. Cause you're gonna pay your bills anyway. You're gonna buy your car note anyway, right? Pay for your car note anyway. You're gonna pay for your cell phone bill anyway. So why do when you meet me now I gotta pay the bills for you when you was doing it by yourself before? Why do you have to use my car when you had a car before? Why you let your car go and now we depending on my car? That don't sound like a man to me. That sounds like a boy learning how to deal with his responsibilities. Any man that's going 50-50 with a woman is still learning how to do responsibilities. That's not a man. That is a child in a man's body because children get taken care of. Men do the taking care of. And like the old women used to say, baby, you got to pay the price to be the boss, the cost to be the boss. So if you want to be him, that guy, you want to be able to run something, you need to own it so that you can run it because you can't run nothing that's rented. You understand?
He still should be able to run it because he's still the head of the household, regardless whether you going
What
50-50 or not. He's still the head of the household, so he
are we
still
talking
should be
about
able
in
to
a
get the bread.
marriage or in a dating situation? Because I have two
Either
different.
one,
Well,
either
I don't
one.
agree with that.
Um,
Especially if we're dating, you ain't running nothing over here if I'm paying any dime. If I'm paying any dime about something, you need to talk to me real light, real. You need your voice need to be real small. You need to whisper to me because I don't respect you. You see what I'm
you
saying?
need a millionaire.
Ain't no way I'm finna marry a man who not taking care of me. He don't like me.
I wouldn't say that, but
I
okay.
I would a thousand
Because
percent because when you like a woman,
in 2025, this is not just started to where a woman and a man was working. Like this ain't just started. So I can't sit here and say I've seen plenty of marriages last a lifetime where both of them worked, and I can't sit here and say that that man did not love that
but
woman
what
because
else
that
was he
woman worked
providing
also.
for?
Because
Hmm.
because because the way the society is set up, you need
Hmm.
two incomes to make it. I don't care who you is. Now, unless you done
Oh,
hit the
okay.
lottery,
All right. Okay.
you're a millionaire, something like that, or you playing on the NBA team or NFL team or something of that sort. Now that's different. But
I
if we're
don't
gonna
agree
talk
with
about
that.
common people, if we can talk about common
Mm,
people, you would need two people to make it. Two different types of income.
I
One
don't
ain't gonna do
necessarily
it.
agree with that because I lived a different life. And like when I was married, I met my spouse and he was making less than $10 an hour and he didn't even have running water in his house. And he kept pursuing me. And I was like, hey, I don't think this is a great idea. But he kept pursuing me and he kept whining and dining me. And he made a way. And then when we got married, I was like, hey, you should do this thing because now we're living together and maybe you can make more money. And he listened to his wife. And by the time he passed away, he was making over $70,000 a year. Like, and it was just that one income the whole time. I never had to work.
Can you
And
agree?
he was
Can you
also
agree?
paying me a monthly stipend every single month. You
Can
see what
you
I'm
agree?
saying?
Stuff. Can you
And he
agree to
was
stuff
dirt
that
poor. He
increase?
was dirt poor when
Okay,
I
we're
met
not
him.
gonna.
But
Okay.
go ahead.
Can you agree that stuff has increased since then?
Not very much, not by very much at all.
It
Because
has.
this was recent. This was recent. So,
What's your recent? Because your recent and my recent might be different.
I don't want to disclose how long ago. That's kind of like personal to me. But I would like to answer your question by saying it was not very long ago at all whatsoever. And inflation is only 2 to 5% every year, if I'm not mistaken. And it may
It's
have
been
been a
doing way
10%.
more than that. It's been doing way more than that.
Well, when I say
Inflation been
inflation,
hitting way more
I
than that.
mean like on goods and services. Okay, not the amount of a house or a car. Which and still in some cases, if you know where to look, you could still get some. just the same amount of money, that you would have paid for when I'm talking about this, section of my life. But nah, it wasn't. It ain't been a decade, and it's pretty much the same now as it was then, as far as like how much everything costs. As a matter of fact, I'm not paying much more than he was when he was alive. So to me, if a broke man can do it, and a person don't have like a mental disability or a physical thing that's stopping them from doing it, I think that they can do it, and that's just an excuse. And he hasn't met a man who's not willing to do that for a woman hasn't met the woman that he want to be with the rest of his life for the rest of his life, because
Oh,
he'll
okay.
make a way.
So you want a man to
Be
basically
biblical.
give up all his time to make sure he's making enough money so you don't have to work, basically.
What I'm saying is, I want a biblical man because love is a two-way street. And if a man is marrying me, he want me to give up all my time to keep the house, to cook, to clean, to take care of the children. Well, baby, um, if he didn't want me to give up all my time, he would hire a nanny because a nanny can watch the kids. He would hire a chef. A chef can cook for us. He can hire a chauffeur. We don't have to drive. You see what I'm saying? So, like, ain't a man asking me to do the same thing? And also in my youth, isn't a man asking me to trade my life for his? Oh, but wait, if we talking about a simp want me to do all this with nothing in return. He just want to come home to a hot cooked meal and some wet legs. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, but what did a woman get in return? Because love's supposed to be reciprocated. And so if we're talking about a marriage and married to a simp just think it's a woman's job just to cook, clean, and stuff because that's what she's supposed to do, right?
So
But
you
these people in these long-term relationships that's been married 50, 60 years ago, it's about compromise and sacrifice.
Yeah, and most of them working, both of them.
Compromise and sacrifice. How is he you see what I'm saying? Like, what you got to look at, you're not looking deeper into the marriage, you just looking outside in. What is he doing that's making her stay? How is he providing for her? Because every woman don't want to be provided for in the same way. You see what I'm saying? Some men buy teddy bears. I don't want you to provide for me by bringing me a teddy bear. That's not what I want. But that might be what she want, and it might be what make her stay. Either way it go, that man is providing for her specific need and protecting her the way that she wants to be protected. Two income household or not. I'm just saying, in this way, I don't believe in no situation or no circumstance that I've ever seen, anybody in my family, any of my friends, or even on social media, in no circumstance, when you dig a little bit deeper, do you see that two people are completely happy together if that man is not providing and protecting for her in some type of way? If the load is all on the woman, you're going to see it in the woman. That's why in society, even now, when a woman looks good and she's holding a man's hand, the reason why the people look at the woman is because it's known that the man's supposed to be taking care of the woman. So if she looks good, she's a reflection of what that man is doing. You see what I'm saying? That's why people think like that, because that's the way that it's always been. You see what I'm saying? Even when you go into high society, money and beauty go together. When you take our time to grow something, it becomes beautiful and money will
Well,
follow every single time.
how, how society is a facade, so I
It's not
don't.
a facade. It's definitely people out here in real
Well,
life who make a whole lot of money, and it's not a lot of them, but it's a lot of people like who like over the billionaire status, right? And it's a lot of people who are not in social media who make a lot of money, who have created these companies and these pharmaceuticals and these inventions and stuff, and they make a lot of money. And that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that they don't make a lot of money. What you
You
said
said it's
is
a facade. It's
you,
real.
you yes. When you say I was going off what you stated once you get up to that level of high society, that money and beauty follows. What I am saying is
That's not what I
that's a
said.
facade that they put. That's not what you said.
No.
Okay.
I know what you mean though, but go ahead.
All I was saying, they put on a facade for the public. That's all I was saying. So
Some people
you
just
can't
do it because they can,
you can't,
not to
you can't
please anybody else.
you can't really tell if they happy or not just because they got a lot of money.
All you got to do is ask the woman is she happy or not.
Well, I mean, most women ain't gonna tell a complete stranger that.
A lie.
Why
People
would
are
I tell?
looking a reason. People
Why
are
would she?
looking for a reason to talk about themselves, unless they perceive you as a threat. Most people want to open up and talk about what they got going on over there. Like, especially nowadays where so many people feel alone, like they don't have anybody to talk to. So that also hasn't been my experience. And maybe that's because I can be an extrovert and I know the right questions to ask people, but I don't know. Like, yeah, definitely not if people perceive you as a threat. Like, if you walk up to a very wealthy person or whatever, and you start asking them personal questions, like, absolutely not. Like, if you walk up to a commoner and you start asking personal questions, nah, they not going. You know what I'm saying? But if you know what to ask and if you present yourself in the right way, people will be pretty honest about what they got going on, even if they're a total stranger.
Mm, I don't know because
It's a way
I
to
mean,
do everything. That's a skill
yeah,
set, by the way.
but in reality, you really wouldn't know if they telling you the truth or not. You know what I'm saying? Because they can sit there and say you're a whole dream, and they be lying the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't know.
If you ask the right questions, you can figure out if people are lying or not. But I mean, like I said, again, that's a skill set. But you got a point. Like if you're a commoner and you don't really know, you don't have a lot of social experience, you don't
What's
know
the
what
comment?
questions,
I
like a
don't know.
person that's not super rich, a common person. Like I'm
Oh,
a
every
commoner.
big
I'm
person.
not super
Okay.
rich. You know what I'm saying? I don't make over $700,000 a year. So I would consider myself a commoner. You see what I'm saying? So, but people like that, they would. I think they would if you know what to ask. And you can like read books like to learn how to be like that. Like it's a book by James K. Van Fleet called The Lifetime Conversational Guide, and it'll teach you how to talk to people. You can read the 28 Laws of Power. Um, who wrote that? John Crane, Robert Greene. Yep. And you can learn that. Like it's just about sometimes it's what you know too. So I mean, but no, I don't think that a man would like me if he's not doing all those things because in my personal experience, I've run into a lot of men who like me and they show me that they like me. Like men show through money, men show through time, men show through patience. And a man that don't like you, a man that's manipulative, a man that wants something out of you, he's not gonna show he's not gonna waste his time because he's looking for something better anyway. You're a placeholder. So that's all I gotta say
Mm,
about that.
I don't know. Mm, I don't know, but I mean, your opinion is valid.
I mean, that's just based off
Because
of things that I've read in the Bible. The idealism that I get from how man's supposed to be comes from the word of God. So it was here before I got here. These were things that I read and understood, and these are things that always seem to hold true. And I don't know, anytime I read something out of the Bible and I understand it and I look for it in real life, it's always true. So in my experience, the Bible has never lied. And it's something that I can really like stick behind because like in every circumstance like that I read in the Bible and then I see it in real life, it's true. Especially like when it comes to love and marriage and relationships, how you should treat people, how you should be acting, like the way that you should act as a person. Like I found all these things to work 100% of the time. So I don't think it's my opinion because I'm not smart enough to come up with nothing like that. But I can see what you mean. Like the things that I've learned from personal experience, I've retrofitted that, like saw that experience and then went back to the Bible and like, oh, I see why that works now. Or I see why this happened now. Because had I consulted the Bible before, I probably wouldn't have had, you know, this horrible experience or something. And so for me, when I'm looking for friends or when I'm looking for a partnership, I use the Bible as a template and it works every time. So,
Mm, okay. Hey, kudos to you for it working. I just think we're in a very difficult time to where a lot of stuff that used to work, we gotta. I think a lot of times you have to evolve with the time to make life manageable. That's just what I think now. You can very well be
I
right.
mean, don't get it twisted. A woman still works. I'm talking about when I say work, I mean like a corporate job. A woman still works. Everybody got to pull their weight in the household. Cause I think when you say a woman not working, I think you mean like you're envisioning a woman just sitting on the couch watching TV, eating chips all day or something, and not taking care of the kids, not keeping her appearance up, not helping her husband, not, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think you're talking about. But
No, I'm
I
talking
feel
about
like
two.
everybody in a marriage should give 100%, not 50-50. So like he needs to be doing what he's supposed to be doing. And I need to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I need to give it 100%. I need to show up every day, best I can. And I expect that of him as well. And so, like, I'm not talking
But the
about a lazy
expectation,
person.
but the expectation of you for him is to make sure he make enough money so you don't have to bring in income.
Money is, we're not going to sit up here like money is not important because it is. But me personally, um, I can't speak for every single woman about what every woman wants. I just know I want certain things. Like, I'm not too concerned about what a man looks like or how much money he has. Because if a man is fat, exercise will make him smaller or built. You see what I'm saying? If a man is broke, I can teach him how to make money if he listens. If a man is you see what I'm saying? Like so I don't look at certain things like that as a disqualifier. The things that
Well,
I'm looking for is like, is this man a biblical man? Because if he has the mind of Christ and his heart is in the right place, he gonna listen to me anyway. He not gonna disrespect me. He gonna cherish me as a person. He gonna treat me like a human being. That's a good base. I can work with it. You see what I'm saying? So like this man don't have to make $1 million a year for me to be able to work with that base because he can grow if he's some people if they have the right heart, they just haven't had the opportunity. They don't have the resources. Well, I'm a resourceful person. You see what I'm saying? So like if I run into a person who's driven, who's not a procrastinator, who's not lazy, who treat people with respect, who love God, then I'm more inclined to talk to that person as opposed to a man who already has a lot of money, but he's an asshole, or he's a womanizer, or he's um just name something that a person don't want, right?
but
Like
but how when you say you want to make sure that he provides all the income and take care of everything for the family. Like when you
absolutely.
you stated that you don't want
Right.
you
I
want
was getting
to
into that.
one
Right.
income
You absolutely
coming
right.
from the man.
I don't want to
So
see. Let me give you my full explanation so it don't seem like I'm a hypocrite. Because the reason that I'm looking for the heart of a man first, regardless of how much money he make, is because, like I said, we can raise his income so that he can only be taking care of me and the family and paying the bills. You see what I'm saying? But that's if the man is willing to do that. You can't teach a person how to have a good heart. That's a choice that they have to make. You can't teach somebody how to love God. That's a choice that they have to make. So if the man has already made that choice, it don't matter how much money he has. I'm looking at certain things that fall into, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, I can take this and I can make it grow because that's what God made women for. We're nurturers. A man give us a house, a woman grows it into a home. A man gives us a seed, a woman grows it into a baby. A man gives us a business and we grow it into an empire. You got to understand how God created us. So I'm not looking for a man who already has, like, I mean, it'll be nice to run into a man who already had done built it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is the beauty of that, the beauty of a man who already has the heart is that all of the nasties, the what do you call them? Some people call them like dusties and stuff like that. Dusties aren't going to have that heart. They're not going to have that mentality. They're not going to love God like that because God Himself is going to push you to be that man. And then a woman, He's going to love her so much that He don't want the woman to leave. So He's going to push Himself to be that man. And that's what create the man. The mind of God, the mind of Christ, the heart. You see what I'm saying? That's what create him into being that, to want to do that for his wife in the first place. See, a lot of men want to skip that process and just, oh, I don't want to struggle. I just need a woman to take care of me. Well, a woman, you're going to wind up alone. You will perish alone.
It's not a woman taking care of you. It's we helping each other out because we in this marriage together.
A
So it
woman
ain't
are
just the
naturally,
woman
she
taking
following the leader. So if
it
a
ain't
man is not
yeah.
helping me, I'm not gonna have the motivation to help him because you ain't gave me nothing to nurture. You see what I'm saying? Like if a woman is
You can still
created to
nurture
nurture
the
and
home.
this man don't have nothing to nurture, she's going to be unhappy. So she's not gonna take care of him. Does that make sense?
No,
Oh, we don't. Okay, well, that's fine.
I don't think that speaks for every woman. Um,
Well, if she an actual woman,
because what
who
I'm
can
saying,
give birth, like, because I know we got some people out here who were born a man. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people
hmm?
who have wombs
That's
who
what we're
were
talking about.
originally created as a woman.
That's
God
what I'm talking
created
about.
us to be nurturers.
What I'm
And
saying is,
so, okay, go ahead.
I don't think that speaks for every woman because just of stuff I've seen people live and do in relationships regarding to what we're talking about. So not every woman thinks like that. Now you can very well say that's what you think, but I don't.
But I started out saying that that's what I think. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but then you
I
got to the
thought we
point
were
where you
talking
said
about
every
me.
woman. Yeah, but then you said every woman.
Yeah, because every woman is a nurturer. Like, every woman that's a woman is a nurturer. Like, it ain't no other way to put it. Like that's how God created us. Women are literally the weaker vessel. That's true for every single woman. It don't matter if she go out to the gym and she body build. To a man, she's still the weaker vessel. Not in strength. Our strengths are different than a man. It's a different lane. We're not the same. Like a woman is not a man. You see what I'm saying? It's certain things that men's body can do that women's bodies can't, even if she is able to complete the task successfully. If she keeps doing that, then she will literally kill herself. Like, for example, a woman working in a factory, that type of strain on a woman's body will kill her in the long run because she's not meant to do that. That type of intensive labor, a man's body is built better to do that. We have hormones in our body that regulate our body. Everybody does. The hormones for the women are different than the hormones for the men. And so when you're talking about a woman taking care of you, that woman should not be doing hard labor anyway, unless you want her to die. Because over a long period of time, and this is scientifically proven, we can't keep stuff like that up. Like even when if stress can kill a woman, because stress take people out of here. I don't know if you know that. But if stress can kill a woman, don't you call that weak? That's like a weaker vessel. You see what I'm saying? Like, let me gather my thoughts so I can explain this to you. I don't think, well, I know for a fact, biologically speaking, and this is just science. Let's talk about the facts. Women are not made like men. We don't have the same hormones. We don't necessarily think the same. Biblically, a woman is not a man. Biblically, a woman's job is to nurture, and God created this woman to do that, and that's what she thrive in. I'm not saying women can't work, like manufacturing jobs and stuff like that, but she can't thrive over a long period of time. She's not going to be a very happy woman all of the time. If you're expecting a woman to work a hard job, like be a firefighter or be a police officer, high stress jobs, right? Work in a factory, high stress jobs, high strenuous jobs, she's going to wind up with ovarian cancer. She's going to wind up sickly. She's not going to have the strength to do everything because biologically speaking, she's not able to keep that up physically. And that's just physically. Biblically, the reason that the Bible tells us that a man is supposed to be a protector and a provider is because he made the man's body to do that type of work. So women still can work. She just don't need to be doing the stuff that he's doing. So if you're saying like, oh, 50-50, your woman a police officer and you work in a factory, she's not gonna have time. She's not gonna be gorgeous all the time. It's running her body down. You see what I'm saying? That's not gonna last very long. Somebody gonna get real sick real quick. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Biologically speaking. So I'm not saying that they can't do it. You can use your free will and do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying it wasn't meant for her to be doing it. Her job, it's easier for a woman to nurture and to grow what's already there because that's what we're good at. You see what I'm saying? Like if a man present a business to her, a woman can take that business and turn it into a multi-million-dollar business. That's not working in the factory. That's not putting extensive stress on her body. And both of those two people are working. But he the one provided the business. She didn't provide that. He did it. He's the provider. You see what I'm saying? Like if a woman in a relationship was the protector and the man was the one perceiving the protection, what would that look like to you? Do you think a woman could long term fight other dudes to keep other dudes off of her man long term? A physical strength. You see what I'm saying? Like that's a man's job.
I'm not. We're not. I'm
She
not.
protect the children. She protect the children, but I'm saying like when we're talking about providing and protecting, like you got to understand that a woman can't do everything that a man does. Well, I ain't gonna say can't because she can. She could do anything she want to do, but there's a consequence. I guarantee you, she can't do it all her life without there being some type of negative consequence on her body. He like that's how women die slowly. That's why they're so tired all the time. You see what I'm saying? Because that man is forcing them to do, oh, but I'm mad at you. I want to get a divorce, Kathy, because you're not as beautiful as you was when I met you. Well, you told me you wanted me to give you half on the rent, half on the light bill,
Well,
half on
that
the
ain't got
gas bill.
that
Cook.
that ain't got
Wait,
nothing to
wait,
do
wait,
with
wait,
it.
wait,
That ain't got
wait.
nothing to do.
Cook all the meals, do all the dishes, do all the laundry, raise the kids, take them to practice, and all you doing is coming home, eating, and getting some nookie. That man is living a stress-free life. He not protecting nothing. He only providing half of the
He
rent.
not,
In a scenario like
not
that, I'm
protecting
saying that
nothing.
man need to. What is he protecting? If all you
He
doing is
still
going to work
protecting
and
the
coming
house.
home,
He's still protecting the
what
house.
is
He's
he?
still the man.
What?
He's still
How?
the head of the house.
How
What
is
you
he?
mean?
What is
How?
he protecting? What is how?
He's still protecting the house as
He
being a
not protecting his
protector.
wife because he making her go out and do stuff that hurts her physically. Stress
What?
can kill a woman.
Stress can kill anybody.
Well, stress can kill women quicker. Look it up.
Well,
Quick, look it up.
so
With a weaker vessel.
so
Look it up.
I
I'm
understand
just,
that, but I'm just saying we just said stress. I'm just letting you know stress can kill anybody.
I'm just
A
letting you
man can
know
be
it
just
happened
as stressed.
faster with a woman, way faster with a woman.
A man can be just as stressed as a woman can. So
But men are built for that type
let's
of
not
stress,
let's
though.
not. Okay. Okay. All I'm saying is nowadays you need two sources of income to make it happen. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't see nothing wrong with being able to go on 50-50 on something. Like and to your point, if that man decided to leave you because your hair ain't done or because you woke up one night and you just your hair everywhere or because you gained a little weight, then he wasn't trying to be there anyway.
That's what I'm trying to
Like
tell you. It ain't no real
well no
men anymore. Like, where are they? They
what,
already married.
what what I'm saying no, it's still some real men out here, so you can't say that. So,
Oh,
but
okay.
it just might not be done the way you want them to look or the way you want them to be.
Look,
This
I don't care.
no,
I mean, me
no,
personally, I told you what I'm
I'm
saying. A
saying.
look don't matter.
Listen to
Like, is this man submitted to God?
talk.
Like, looks don't matter. You could go and get surgery and pay money to change your face. You can go to the gym and get a gym membership to lose weight. Looks don't matter to me. I don't care about a look. A look
Yeah,
is cosmetic, and then if you get old enough, if you live long enough, you're not gonna look the same way you did when you was 20 anyway. That's vanity to me. So we can if you're talking to me about looks, I'm the wrong person because I think all people look the same anyway.
well, the way I want to explain it, I'm gonna put looks in there. So
Well, looks don't matter to
if you
me.
know it,
Looks matter
right,
to a man.
if you know it, it don't apply to you, then it's easy for you to look over. If it's not applying to you, but we are having a discussion, so I'm gonna put looks in there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So just
from
cause
a
that,
man
just cause
perspective,
that,
men look at looks. Like,
oh, okay, yeah, let me talk. Okay,
I'm just saying, you trying to make it seem like you want a woman to do all of these stressful things, and men are built
I
for
never
that
said
type of.
that.
They were created for to carry and to cover and to cultivate. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in the Bible, God gave Adam a job. Eve didn't
I
have a
didn't
job.
say you didn't. You trying to make it seem like I'm saying the woman need to work and not the man. I'm not
No,
saying
I'm saying that if a man loves her, he's going to. When I'm saying,
that.
okay, this is
That
what
do
I'm saying.
not mean he don't
If
love
a
her. That do
man
not mean he don't
loves
love
her, he a man if a man loves her,
her.
a
Okay, so
man
you
would
telling
do
me
everything in his power because love
so
is
you
reciprocated through the man.
so you
The
telling me
woman
half of the
is
people
reacting
that
to
I've
what the
known.
man does.
So so you're telling me half of the people I've known, or even know now, they don't love their wife because she has to work. That's what you're
No, that's
saying?
not what I said. That's not what I said. I said love
You
is reciprocated through the man. A
I'm
woman
confused.
is reacting because if you remember earlier, I said some people look at different things. For some people, it is all about money, but I don't personally believe that if a man really loves her, now he might have settled. He might have settled, and he fell in
Oh
love with her
wow,
after he settled.
they settled now. Okay.
That's all I'm saying. He might have settled because a man that's crazy in love about a woman will do everything in his power to improve himself, to do all these extra things to keep her. He's going to keep her happy. That's why she's staying. You see what I'm saying?
So how you know she wasn't happy working?
Some
See what I'm
women
saying?
are
So how you
happy
know that?
working. Some women
Right.
are
So
happy working.
how can you say then at that moment that man don't love her enough if that woman is happy working?
A woman that's happy working will choose a man that's working too, that's working harder than she is. Now, if you start talking about the boss architect woman, the boss lady
I'm talking about
architect
the woman.
woman, or
I'm talking about the woman.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A woman who loves working, who put her career before her family. A woman who put her career
I
before her
don't.
family. You gotta look at the dynamic of what you're talking about.
I don't.
So, like,
I don't know none of them. So I
okay,
ain't
well,
talking.
ain't no sense of talking about a woman who loves to work because
A,
if you
a
don't
woman.
know anything
A
about that
woman that
type of woman, why would we discuss that?
a woman. A woman that put her career before her family. I don't know them
There
type
are
of
a
women.
lot of women. There are a lot of
Everybody I
boss
know.
women who do that.
Everybody I know still take care of their family. They don't put their career before their family.
You can take care of your
So
family and put something before it.
So I don't. So I don't know none of them. So I don't. I
People
don't think
call
you can.
themselves a Christian and
If
put
you
food
if you
before
if
God
you
all
put
the time. They still
if
Christian,
you
right?
put something
You can
before your family, that means that's more important than your family.
absolutely. That's what I
That mean
mean.
that mean your that mean your actions are going
The
to show.
security. That woman wants to
That
be secure.
that mean your actions are going to show that you care about that particular income more than your family.
And
I
you can
haven't.
still love kids. You can still love kids and put your career before your family. You
I
can
didn't say
still
you
be
can't put.
married and put your career before your family. And you
I didn't
absolutely
say
right. Your
that.
actions will show. But
That's what
they
all I
it's
said.
possible. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I know a lot of women. I have a phone full of women, boss women, beautiful, happily married.
But you said they can't be happy if they well you said their husband can't love them if they working.
I don't think that he really loved her. If that's what's you know what I'm saying? If he's not doing everything in his power. Cause see, you're trying to like gauge every man's power is different. Some men aren't as strong as other men. Some men aren't as
Oh,
smart as other men. Some men aren't you see what I'm saying? So like you gotta pick a woman in your pay grade and stay in that pay grade. You know what I'm saying? You can't traverse outside if you a broke man and you trying to deal
oh man.
with a eight figure woman. You
Love
know,
ain't love.
you kind of
Real
out of
love
your
got nothing to
league
do with a
because you're
price.
gonna. Yes, it does because it'll hurt that man
No, it
feelings.
don't.
That woman
No.
is so used to
Real,
taking care
real,
of
real,
herself.
real
If you're not
love
able to take care of that
has
woman the way that she at least take care of herself, I'm trying to tell you how women think. Like, why would a woman settle for a man like if she a
well
boss lady, if she making eight figures and she's going to get her nails done and this man say he love me, if you can't
that's
go
a
and get my
woman.
nails done for me, but you
That's a
say that
woman
you
that
love
care
me
more
and
about
I'm
the money.
already doing it, why would I stop taking care of
See,
myself because you can't do it? That don't make sense.
that's a woman that care more about the money. What I'm telling you, if it's real
No, that's
love
a
and you don't
boss.
care
That's
more about that's a woman that care more about the money. If it's real love, the amount of money don't matter. It doesn't. If it's real love.
money
Now, now,
does
now,
matter
now,
because
now,
how
if you
you gonna eat?
if you got this fake
How you
love,
gonna eat? We just gonna say money is
yeah.
important because I would
Listen,
say that
listen,
I've
listen, listen,
experienced
listen, listen.
real love,
I didn't
and the
say
money
I didn't say
did
you didn't have
matter,
money.
but he loved
I
me
didn't say you
enough
didn't.
to go and do the things to make
You're not
our lives easier
missing,
together as a unit, and that was his job
missing
to
what I'm
provide and
saying.
protect.
You're missing what I'm saying. See, you think I'm saying you don't have no money. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is because you stated you don't. If you got a boss lady, you don't need to try a boss woman. Then you need to stay up in your pay grade. That's what you said.
Right, because real men don't crumble
Right,
under pressure. They
right.
clarify that.
So what I'm saying is, if it's true love, it don't matter what the pay grade is. if it's true love. I ain't saying the man ain't got no money, but
That'll run him off.
a pay grade is broke down into numbers. So the man can have money. He might not have as much money as her, but he can have money. But what I'm saying is true love. True love ain't gonna stop somebody because she make 50 more thousand than me.
Well, that
If it's
depends
real
on,
love,
like, you got to
they're gonna be
understand,
together.
like, if you're dealing with a boy or a man, like, if you're dealing with a man who has a child mentality, it definitely would stop it because he'll automatically get intimidated by this woman. And that's probably why you know what I'm saying? Like, the intimidation is crazy with the guys. Like, men will get jealous of women and all this other kind of stuff. And that's why a lot of women choose to focus on their career because most of the times they don't have kids. Sometimes they do. And they'll get with these men and they're doing things for themselves. And the man wants this type of leadership, but you got to pay to play the game. Like, why would I, as a woman who's doing all of these boss things, who owns her own business, who has her own car, who has her own house, who already paying all her bills, and then you say you want to be my man and you don't add anything to me? Like, some women are looking for partnership, but if you're not being a partner, you ain't gonna have time to fall in love to see if it's true love. You in lust, sir. You just met me. You see what I'm saying? Like, your actions, even a broke man can show a woman that he love her. But the thing is this: is he doing that in a way that she can receive it? Is he showing leadership skills? Is he providing for her? Because you got to understand, like, these different dynamics that we playing with, the reason that it's so different for everybody is because you got to look at the caliber of person that you're talking about. And I started out talking about the caliber of person, and I defined it as a man who's rooted in Christ, a man who absolutely loves this woman, not somebody who thinks she cute, who probably can see a future with her. Like, we're talking about a man head over heels for this woman. He's going to make her life easier. He's going to find a way out of no way. That was what I was talking about. I'm not talking about a regular guy who meets a girl who says, she's the girl next door. I can settle. Hell yeah, he'll go ahead 50-50 on her. He'll go 50-50. He ain't got no problem doing it.
Men can have standards and women can have standards. Just respect both standards. Alpha the first down. Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in.
I agree with that.
I just believe that the dynamics of what needs to happen has to be different because you got most men and
It
some
just
men
depends
don't
on.
don't think some men don't think like other men. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some men that's
Absolutely.
okay with working off and they make a whole lot more money. You know what I'm saying? And they go work out from home, staying gone weeks at a time, months at a time. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some men that don't want to do that because they enjoy it, because they feel like they're gonna miss something at home with their family. You know, they rather be there with them. They rather have that. They rather not miss a child event or a wife event because they have to be gone on the road to work. So,
But what's the
so,
dynamic though? You still not saying what he's doing
so
to. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I just want to take a moment and agree with that comment because he right. Respect both standards. But I also feel
right.
like respect without responsibility is empty. And I also feel like, a standard means nothing if it doesn't require you to show up for it. You get what I'm saying? And
I mean,
so,
so we've been discussing men. So if we gonna say men, then men are showing up for what?
are they?
That's the way you stayed there early because you said difference between men and little boys. So we've been discussing. I thought we've been discussing men.
Hmm.
So what's wrong? What's wrong with a man um not wanting to go on the road to make 100,000 a year and staying at home to make 50,000 a year, but his wife is assisting with the income, but he's there more to be that provider and that protector. Because if he's gone, yeah, he's making 100,000 a year, but he gone. So what is he protecting while he gone? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't quite understand you. So you said, what's wrong with a man not wanting to go on the road and stay home and make 50,000 a year, but
Yeah,
they're
and
more.
then his wife in turn, yeah, Sam, they're more what?
No, that's all I heard you say. And they're more, and then what else you say?
I said, and in return, asking his wife to help him, or his wife decides to work and they double their income at home together instead of him. And then he could be at home being a provider and a protector instead of him going on the road making $100,000 a year, and she just stays at home, but she don't have to work. But what is he protecting while he gone?
Well, what is he protecting while he's gone?
Yeah,
You
because he
saying
can't protect you
assuming
if
that
he's
he
there.
leaves or assuming that he stays?
Yeah, that's it. Go on the road to make $100,000.
Okay, so he not staying. He leave. Okay,
Right,
I'm sorry.
right,
I'm kind of confused. I'm sorry.
right. He's leaving because you said a man that's willing to that really loves his wife will find a way, to make sure she don't work. And and if you look at a lot of dynamics, especially with this is a Mississippi podcast, and we talk about Mississippi. So
Hmm.
most of the time you gotta go outside the state. You gotta travel to work to make a legitimate amount of money to provide to where that woman will not have to work most of the time. So
How
let's
much
just say
money
this
do
man.
you think in Mississippi that a
Let's just
man would have to?
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Hello?
cut you off. I was hello.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna answer the question about what you just asked, right? With the scenario. So
Uh-huh.
I don't feel like there's anything wrong with a man trying to be present, but his presence without purpose is just proximity. Like if he's staying at home, the question is how much is he making and how much is he building? Like protection ain't just from outside threats, it's about securing what y'all planning together. So like when biblically when a man is protecting a woman, it should be financial protection, physical protection, spiritual protection, and emotional protection. Like he needs to have all of those things, or at least some of those things, and working on the other ones to be able to protect this woman because we're the weaker vessel. Now, as far as providing, a man needs to be able to. I mean, you said in a marriage, this scenario was in a marriage, right?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Might be too
The
too far
phone
away from
going
my
out.
mic. You right. No, you right.
Okay. So in a marriage, I feel like a man should be also providing for his family, you know? Now, let's talk about provision. So, a man doesn't prove himself by what he earns. I think that a man proves himself by what he upholds. So, is he proving himself in leadership through consistency? Is he proving himself his love through service? Is he proving himself in maturity through restraint? Is he proving himself faith, with faith? Like how through how he treats God and what God gave him. And this is why you may see in these dynamics that you just talked about, like these people, both of these people working and they still happily married for 50, 60 years. That's why I was asking you, like, what was he? You got to look at the dynamic of what's deeper. Like, if he's doing that, then he's providing. Because First Peter 3 and 7 says, husband, dwell with your wives according to the knowledge and giving honor to your wife, that your prayers not be hindered. And that means that his proof isn't in control. It's like how he's honoring and what he leads, right? And then
Well,
let's look at protecting. Let's look at the protecting. So a real man in marriage, he's not just guarding that woman, he's protecting that covenant too, right? So her peace, by covering her emotionally, spiritually, so she can rest and not wrestle with all these other things. The household order, right? Like by shielding the family from all the chaos and distractions and divisions of what's going on in the world. And then the vision of what he has by keeping God or what God assigned to the marriage from being corrupted by the world. And Ephesians 5 and 25 tell us that. We said this the other night on the podcast, right? Husband loves your wife just as Christ loved the church because he gave himself up for her. And that means protection isn't about that. It's about that sacrifice and stewardship, right? And so biblically, a man is supposed to be providing and protection. Now, before we were talking about money specifically. Money is important. And I mentioned to you that to me, yes, it's important, but that's not what I'm looking for because if he has the mental capacity to do the things anyway, the money gonna come. The way he look gonna change, assuming that he, fat, out of shape, and all this other stuff. That can be changed. You see what I'm saying?
well,
Like the most important thing that a
speaking on the
woman is.
money part
Oh, okay. Well, if you just specifically talking about money, that
because
varies because some women need more money than other women. Some women live on the farm and you need to be loaded because horses cost $12,000. Farmland costs $250,000,
no,
$100,000, $200,000. And so if you have money like that and you dealing with a country girl and she want all of those things, a man that loves her will provide those things for her. Now, let's talk about a city woman, and it's different archetypes of city women. You talking about money? It depends on what kind of woman you talking about. Is this woman in the point of her life to where she only needs protection and she already can take care of herself? If she can, she making a good amount of money and she only looking for somebody to protect her, you're not gonna need to spend out a whole lot of money on that woman because she already making money. That might be a woman you could go 50-50 with. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're talking about a girl who like a earthy woman, you know what I'm saying? She like nature and all this other stuff. You're gonna spend most of your money in seeds and plants and apothecary and concoctions and stuff like that because it's gonna be a lower pay grade. You're not gonna need to make $1 million to make her happy because she like being in nature anyway. Nature is free, depending on where you go. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about this, I had a specific thing in mind, and the specific thing that I was thinking about was dating, right? Dating a woman, and the woman looking for specifically a man to marry, and this man, pursuing this woman, and what he would treat her like in the dating phase. I was specifically looking from it from that lens until we switched over to what my personal experiences were. But since we're only now that I understand that we're only talking about money and um how important money is and the ratio of the amount of money that a man should give a woman or show how much he like her giving a woman, it depends on what kind of woman he dealing with. Which goes back to what I said earlier, find a woman in your pay grade and stick with it. Stay in that lane. Because depending on what type of woman you're dealing with, it's definitely gonna vary. If you're dealing with a driven woman, you can't expect a driven woman to, and we talking about who putting like work before family. You can't expect her to come home and do all the nurturing things
that
because she
that type of
hadn't.
woman ain't looking for no family anyway.
Some of them not necessarily looking for family, but they're looking for companionship. You know what I'm saying? Because they
Right.
so
So
high
so
strong,
so
they
you
wanted the
can't.
security early on in life because this person may have grew up in an unstable household. Household. A lot of women that's like driven like that, they come from the mud. You see what I'm saying? They built themselves up because they didn't have anybody building them up around them. So these women are harder to kind of like, soften up. I'm not saying that they're not feminine because a lot
Well,
of them are really,
well,
really feminine. It's just that they have a wall up because they want the security first. But either way it go, if you look at the essence of what a woman is, a woman wants security, a woman wants to nurture, a woman wants protection. You see what I'm saying? So like if you're a man and you're trying to get any woman, you're gonna either have to learn how to provide or protect or get both. And the better you learn based on the woman that you're trying to get, the more successful you will be at that thing. And that will vary based off the woman that you're trying to get because their lifestyles are so different. Some lifestyles are way more expensive than other people's lifestyles. You can't take, a earthy girl and try to put her in some, so Kate Louis Vuitton shoes and tell her that you want her to wear a mini dress and buy her a designer purse. She's not going to value that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I was harping back on this person's comment about standards. Because depending on the standard of the person, they still gonna want to be protected. They still gonna want to be, what I'm saying, provided for. But in what way are you doing it as a man who's trying to get something out of this woman, like a partnership, a lifetime, kids, marriage? What are you doing that she deems as providing and protecting? A man that
I mean,
loves her will provide and protect for her in the way that she can accept it.
I mean, I don't know where you're going with that. But see, all I'm talking about is the money portion because when you start off, you said a man need to make enough money for the woman don't work. So what I'm saying is,
I didn't say that. I
not every
said a man for me.
you said a man. Well, you said a man do not. You said he do not truly love his woman if he's not trying to put himself in a position of where
Provide and
she does
protect
not
him.
have to work. Right. In return, we was talking about working.
Right. If he making her work and see, this is the mindset that I had when I was
But
answering
see,
that question.
but see,
If this
what I'm
man,
saying
if this man is trying to make her work a job that's high stress, if he's trying to make her work, like she literally can't do that. And that's what I was trying to explain to you earlier. Like
but see,
any
you
man
saying
that's making a
trying to
woman
make her
do
work.
these things, yeah, any man that's trying to make a woman do these things that's detriment to the person that she is does not love her. A man that really
So
loves her is trying to help her and add to her life. You see what I'm saying?
so now you're saying we should meet women who's already working and then decide to be with them and then tell them to stop working, basically.
That's not what I'm saying.
Because what if this woman's already working before I met her? You see what
I
I'm
didn't say
saying?
that. That's not what I'm
You
saying.
said,
I just said
yeah,
I wasn't saying that. You twisted my words.
no, well, you said if a man is trying to make her work,
A
that's
job
what you said.
that's detriment to
Yeah.
her entire,
So
yeah.
so what I'm so what I'm saying is, what if she's already working? Because sometimes people single later on in life, and sometimes you can meet somebody in your 30s or 40s, and that person is already working. And I decide to be with this woman, decide to marry her. So at that point, I should ask her to quit her job so that I can solely take care of her
Well, if you asking
instead
that
of
you
giving her
should,
instead of.
if you're asking me the question, should I tell this woman to quit her job? Then that's not what you wanted to do anyway. Because a man who doesn't want his woman to work isn't gonna let her work. You see what I'm saying? A man that does want to allow his woman to work will let her work. You see what I'm saying? Some people like red, other people like blue. You see what I'm saying?
You, what,
So if you're a man who doesn't want your woman to work, you don't have to ask me, should I quit? Should I make her quit her job? Because that's your innate desire to want to keep this woman, to preserve this woman, to keep this woman, right? Some men think that women should be kept because they cherish women. Other men don't. Some men just think women are just like, things to do on a Friday night when they get drunk. And so when you're talking about that type of man, he's not gonna want this woman to, like, no, he needs her to work. He needs her to work because
so after the
she can't do
world,
nothing. Like, if she don't have a house to be at, he can't come over to her house so he can make her lay on her back. So he needs her to work. You see what I'm saying? So it just depends on what kind of man.
no, I don't get what you're saying on that because she already
So he
has a
can have
house.
sex with her.
Because I just met her. I just met her. She has everything she needs to live. I just met her, but we decided to be together. So once we said, okay, we're married, to your logic, I need to ask her, or I need to tell her not to work anymore and provide for the whole entire family. To your logic, right?
Well, my logic is, if I'm marrying a man who doesn't want me to work, then I won't work. That's my logic. Because he's not going to let me work.
So to your point, I should then ask her to quit her job and not work because I want to provide for the whole family.
It depends
So
on
what?
what you want to do as a man. I already
So
answered
so
the
what?
question.
So what if the family suffers then?
What do you mean? Suffer
What
in
if the
what way? Like the house
what,
burnt down or something?
no, what if the family suffer financially? Because that's what we decided. Because we're going off your logic, and now the family is struggling because
If you
we can't
married
save money.
and God
Because we
not
can't
blessing
save
your
money
marriage
because we
financially,
living off one. Can you let me finish?
okay, go ahead. I thought you had asked me a
So
question.
so now we're living off one income, and now the money that we did have saved, now we got to dig into that because one income can't cover the way society is going now. So now we're struggling as a family.
Mm.
So is that the correct way we should be doing it?
So what you're saying is you met the girl and she was working when you met her, right?
Yeah,
And then you married her and told her to quit her job.
yeah, I'll build dynamic. Yeah,
What you mean off of my dynamic?
because that's where you said it should be, or that's where you think it should be.
No, I said if a man truly loves her, he's gonna do whatever is necessary to take care of her. That's what I said. I've been saying this since the beginning. But if that's all
Yeah,
you heard, then you can just say that.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what you said. You
If
said
that's all
that, but
you heard, then
in return, you said to make sure she doesn't work because that's all I've been speaking about. Is that
oh,
is
okay.
he
I
changing
see how
clothes
you
and not work?
misunderstanding what I'm saying. It's fine. I'm with you now.
So
But
that's all
you
I've been
said that
talking
he
about.
was met
Changing
and
clothes instead
she
of
was
one.
working when he met her.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, you want me to reset scenario?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was working. They both were working, and they met each other, and so they decided to get married. And now, so since they got married, now, okay, he said, okay, yeah, you don't need to work. So, but now they're struggling because they ran through their savings because they were trying to live off one income. So, is that the? I mean, how do that? How is that logically the smarter way to go
What do you mean the smarter way to go for who?
for that for the household off the dynamic that you saying that it should be?
What dynamic did I say it should be?
You said if a man really loves his woman, then he gonna do whatever it takes to provide for her, and she shouldn't have to work.
It is what I said.
Right. That's all I'm speaking on. A woman working versus not working. That's all I'm speaking on.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
believe it takes two incomes to make it. Nowadays, unless you make it 150, 200,000 a year in Mississippi, because when I Google it, they say you need 170 some thousand a year to even live comfortable in Mississippi.
Mm,
That's that's with both parties working. So that one person would have to make 170 some thousand or 200,000 to even take care of a family of four.
mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering how that will work.
So you saying in Mississippi, you absolutely need, no matter who you are, two incomes.
That's what I think.
Hmm. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. Because it sounds like you trying to make, okay, this is a question that men tend to try to make provision sound like it's a luxury instead of like a biblical charge. And okay, so let me explain. It's not about how many incomes, it's about how much integrity is covering those incomes. If the household starts struggling, then that's a sign, that's not a sign that we need more jobs. It's a sign that we need more alignment. Because what I was gonna say before you said all this, when I cut you off before and I didn't mean to, was like if you married a person who was already working a job, you asked them to quit their job, you was able to, because you said you quit your job, right? Or she quit her job, and now you're struggling. So that makes it seem like you weren't struggling at first, but then you start reaching into. So that sounds like a cankerworm spirit to me. It sounds like if God not blessing your marriage financially, then there needs to be more alignment. So when a man leads in love, God multiplies the provision. You can have one income and still overflow if the order is right. So Matthew 6:33 say, um, seek thee first the
So,
kingdom of God and all his righteousness and all the things to be added unto you. So I believe that provision flows from order and obedience and not just effort. Now, this is probably why my marriage worked because there wasn't any money. Like we were just two people. You see what I'm saying? But the order was there, which is why I said what I said about like a person's mindset, what he actually wants from a woman, what type of woman you dealing with. Cause like it matters, right? Like that's why I've been harping on so many different parts of where the relationship is, and you keep saying no, 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 no. I'm talking about money only. Well, if money only is the issue, then you need to pray more.
so now you're saying everybody pretty much dealing with a majority of the world is pretty much dealing with a cake and worm spirit, basically, because
I'm
majority of
saying
the
if your
world has.
first instinct
So,
is to say that we can't afford obedience, then the problem isn't the budget, it's the belief. And I don't think that God called man to manage lack. I think he called them to steward faith. And the scriptures say that he does. So every man in scripture who truly loved his wife, from Boaz to Joseph, they didn't ask her to carry what he was called to cover, which is where my logic comes from, is if a man loves you, he will do
They don't have
everything in his power to take care of you. That's where that logic comes from looking at all these relationships. Now,
you look at the relationships in the Bible.
in the Bible, right? And you feel like it's outdated. So let me talk about that. So now let's be real. I'm not saying that she can't work at all. I'm saying if you ask her to quit her job, then you take the full responsibility for what follows. You don't remove her income, then, resent her for the struggle. Resent her for the struggle. I'm sorry, I can't speak right now. I need some water. I don't believe in men playing like the head of the household and then pass the bill when it get heavy. I think that leadership means when you carry the weight and not complain about the cost, which is where the old saying for come from. You have to pay the cost to be the boss. Like,
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. You leaving your camera on? That's up to you. All right, bet. Welcome to the stage, Too Cool. Welcome to the stage.
I thought you'd be finished.
Nah, we on one tonight, buddy.
Really?
Yeah, what you been listening to? You up to par where we at or what? You just popped in.
Just popped in. I just took a minute trying to take a break from cleaning.
Okay. We talking about the dynamics of the household. We talking about well, I think it takes two people to make it nowadays. Miss Studio think it only takes one if you do it correctly. So we just having a discussion on that. You can jump in there if you want to. I'm on mute.
I don't been through all of that. By being married, it does take, it make it more a little easier. If you're married, a little easier. But being single, you know where priorities goes, what's important. Then you know how to budget yourself. By being married, you're like, hey, she got this, she got that responsibility. Okay, I'll make sure this, she makes sure that. But being single, you're like, okay, all of this is my responsibility. I gotta make sure everything is correct. I gotta make sure my house good. Check. No, you gotta make sure everything, the dishes, the floor, cleaning. But if you're already used to it, it's like, hey, this stuff I already been doing. I just had me a roommate.
That's what I said earlier. So
So that's what I'm like. I'm like, hey, I can make it with somebody, but I can also make it without somebody. I'm like, hey, it's easier now. No, I ain't got to worry about stress or other thing. And if I don't want it in my house, I can always throw it away. Then no offense for the females, uh, keep it to hold it and just, hey, I might get to it. With me, I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna never touch that. Don't throw it away. Cause it doesn't serve no purpose. That's one thing about being in your own place. You're like, hey, what purpose do that have in my house? What are they doing? If it ain't making money, then you're wasting time. So you get rid of it real quick.
So,
but
let me read this comment. Read this comment right now. God, why everybody be saying Miss Studio right? Nobody said I'm right. She is right, but men don't want to sell her for older women when he can get a younger woman, 18 to 25. Real talk. Hey, appreciate you, Apple Finest.
Okay, can I jump on that?
Hold on. What happened? Oh, Miss Studio got kicked out for a second. Okay, she back. Okay. You hear that, Miss Studio? He agreed with you. Now you saw that comment?
No, I didn't. Because it kicked me out. I wasn't able to see anything when I was backstage.
Oh, I didn't know it kicked you out. I'm sorry. See, he said you was right. Nobody want to agree with me. I don't know what's the problem tonight. Everybody on your side.
Maybe it's not logical.
So too cool. So too cool. What the question is? Okay, you married, right?
Now you talking
Would
about
you rather?
marriage. Okay.
Yeah, I thought we was talking about marriage. Okay, dating. What's your preference? Okay, but we
Okay.
leading up to marriage, right?
The preference was dating, and you were talking about how if a man don't
Go
do
ahead.
X, Y, and Z or whatever, you know, blah blah blah, right? And so a woman, and I
Hello?
was telling you like, hello,
Hello. You can't hear us?
no,
No, I hear y'all.
You don't hear us?
I hear you now.
Okay. Miss Studio, Mike,
yeah, I'm here.
can you hear her?
No, I don't hear her.
Hey, drop down and come back in.
Who?
You.
I'll drop down and come back in.
Don't worry about it. I got it. Just come right back in. Yeah, there you go. A screen y'all been messing up like that here lately for some reason. Uh, I learned that just by watching other people. If we're gonna be honest, that screen yard, it's a screen yard. I've been messing up like that where you get a few people on the panel. Sometimes you can't hear everybody. So, uh, I might need to drop the link in the comments. The link's still at the top. Hold up. Let me see. Yeah.
I was just saying, if it takes two people to make it, that's fine. But the question is, are we working because we want to grow together or because the man refuses to stretch his faith? Because I don't think that if a man is doing everything that he's supposed to do, there'll be any lack enough for a man to need a woman to take care of the bills and to put oil in her car and to put gas in her car and all of this other stuff. I don't, that's not, I'm just saying, like, if there's a responsible man, the man is going to do it, right? So if being a responsible man means doing what's necessary, why do some men choose comfort over calling? That's all I was saying.
Mm, okay. Too cool. You hear everything now? Come off mute.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Okay. You hear her?
I heard parts. I came in on
Okay.
what you said about the responsible man.
Okay. All right. Cool bean. Yeah. So the dynamic was basically two person household. Do we believe that? Well, I believe it takes two to make it. She believe, like I said, well, one person you can make it.
In a
I'm talking about
marriage,
marriage.
okay,
Yeah, marriage. One
that's a
individual
different
working,
dynamic.
and you can make it. I thought that's what we. Hold on, hold on. I'll get confused then. See, which way I was asking at first? Then I was saying dating.
I explained it to you. Like, I told you, like, at first, I thought you were talking about like choosing a woman and how it's so hard to choosing a woman when women won't and all this other kind of stuff or whatever. And I
Right.
was saying, like, I wouldn't think that I would want a man, like, and we're dating. I don't think that I would want a man and he's not showing me that he can provide and protect for me. Because a man that want me to go half on stuff when we're dating and stuff like that, that's showing me what it's gonna look like when we go into a marriage. That's what I said when I first got on. And then you start harping on the money. And then I start telling you the mentality behind the type of women that would choose a man like that. And then I start telling you the mentality behind what I think the type of man who is saying this to a woman. Because you were saying, like, what do you bring to the table? And I was saying,
Yeah.
men who
Yeah.
ask that question, like, I found out that they're simps. These are not the type of men who are looking for women to marry for the goal of marriage. These are men, usually in the short term, who are looking to get something out of it. A man who's trying to steal from me, a man who's trying to manipulate me. Because a man who loves a woman will never ask her that question. His love is gonna cover these things, and he's going to become subservient to her. That woman is going to see that as leadership and then serve him. And then they can get married, because now he's seeing the reciprocation that he's bringing. And what I was saying was, a man wants that kind of reciprocation, but these men aren't doing like reciprocity nowadays. I was saying that in order to get to the point of marriage, a lot of women are seeing that these type of men who are asking them questions like, what do you bring to the table? Do you have a car, a house? Sir, if you already got a car and a house and stuff, you don't need my car and house, because once we get married, you see what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be
Yeah.
taking care of her if he loves her. Now, we're not talking about a man that's settling. You see what I'm saying? I was saying it from the heart of a man that absolutely is in love with this woman head over heels. He would do anything that he has to do. If that means like improving himself so he can make more money, if that means like whatever he has to do to make her happy because he doesn't want to leave her. And then you start saying, like, well, what about, so you're saying that a man needs to make a lot of money to take care of her? And I was like, that's not what I'm saying. And then I used my previous marriage as an example. And I said, some people don't make a lot of money at all, but if they have the right heart and they're following the Lord, he's going to add to it for provision. You see what I'm saying? So that makes the money, like, money is important, but that makes it non-important. It's not a priority, right? Because the priority would be the Lord and then the wife. That's the hierarchy. You see what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And so then you start saying, well, I'm only talking about the money. You're just saying that a woman needs a man to take care of her. And I said, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a woman wants protection and a woman wants provision, like security, right? And women
Right.
are made to be nurturers. So we're going to nurture whatever a man gives to us, which makes him the leader. So if he give us a seed, we'll grow it into a baby. If he gives us a house, we'll grow it into a home. If he gives us a business idea, we'll grow it into a multi-million dollar enterprise. A woman is supposed to add to a man. A woman is not supposed to be the man. And then I start giving you scriptures to support what I was saying. And you were saying, no, I'm only talking about money. You're saying a woman, if a man were to ask his wife to quit her job and to work at the house, this was your scenario. And now we're struggling. We had to reach into, like, you know, the bank or whatever, and this a one person household. How is that logical? And so we were
Right.
in the middle of answering that question.
Yeah, that's where we at now. Too cool. You go up to the part now. You up to speed. Come on mute. Talking to yourself.
Yeah.
He only know you on mute. Okay. Y'all rock out. Rock out. Have y'all dialogue. I gotta step off for a second. I'll be right back.
Just say you're going
Get
to
in
the
there.
bathroom. It's okay.
Shut up. I mean, we have been here for about hour, 3 hours. So hey, do y'all thing real quick. Hold it down. I'll be right back.
How we gonna hold it down?
Continue the conversation.
Oh, I was just listening to what you were saying, but that was a good point of view on some things that you brought up. Um, what's my question? What scripture did you come from? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, it's a couple of different scriptures that we were talking about. So in Matthew 6 and 33, it says, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness to be added onto you. And so I was saying that scripture in relation to what we were talking about the order of how things goes, because I was saying, if you're married and you're financially struggling, it may be because of alignment. I was saying, like, it's not about how many incomes, it's about how much integrity is covering these incomes. So if a household starts struggling, then that's a sign that we need, not that we need more jobs, but that we need more alignment. Because when a man leads with love, God multiplies that provision, right? And
Right.
you can have one income and still have an overflow if the order is right. And then another scripture I was saying was like, when we were talking about providing and protecting, I had gave him 1 Peter 3 and 7. Husbands,
Mm-hmm.
dwell with your wives according to the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife, that prayers be not hindered. And I was saying that means his proof isn't the control, it's in how he honors and what he leads. So a husband isn't providing, like he's in charge, he's providing that he can be trusted with what God asked him for. So he was like, well, what is he providing for? And I was like, well, a man doesn't prove himself by what he earns. He proves himself by what he opposes. So he's
Mm-hmm.
proven leadership through consistency. He's proven love through service, maturity through constraints, faith through how he treats what God gave him. And then he was like, well, what about protecting? And I was like, because we were talking about providing and protecting. And I was like, well, a real man in marriage isn't just guarding that woman, like he's protecting that covenant. So her peace, by covering her
Mm-hmm.
emotionally and spiritually so she can rest. The household order by, like shielding the family and from chaos and destruction and distractions and division, right? And the
Right.
vision by keeping what God assigned from the marriage from being corrupted by the world. And then I gave Ephesians 5 and 3:25, husband loves your wives as a Christ led the churches. He gave himself up for her. So that scripture shows us that it's not about that control, that protection. It's about sacrifice and stewardship. And so I'm trying to remember what else we were saying.
Cause I,
But that was some of the scriptures that I was given.
Okay. Interesting.
what's your take on that?
You're right.
Oh God,
And,
here you
and
go.
the reason why she's right, because both scripture is uh how you say the proof within the pudding. If the man is leading with how they say with God own heart, then the wife shall follow. But if that man is lacking of something, lacking the ability to lead, then that's where the problem's gonna consist. Now
Right.
I can go back in my situations where I'm learning now that most, not all, but most women want a man to step up and take lead. And it's no more of, we like 50-50, you know, 50-50 is lots of them try to keep a relationship like that 50-50, but sometimes keep 75-25. But I think a majority, the one want the man to, hey, I want you to tell me what we need to do as a family, not just say, hey, whatever you want to do.
Right. Because he's the leader.
He's a leader. So once you like, okay, this is what I think we need to do. I prayed about it, and I think that this to be on my mind. I pray and I fast about it, and God's showing me that maybe we need to go this route. And you like, and you're standing on it. Now, if it let's go back to that. If it God will, it will work out. If it don't work out, that means that hey, something ain't lining up to what according to what he want for you. Then you like, okay,
Right.
let's step back. Let's step back. Look at this. So you know, in my previous marriage, I'm learning. I said I messed up on some things. I messed up some things, and I'm like, I realize now since I'm single and dating, I'm like, there could have been some things I should have done better, and I probably would not be in the predicament that I'm in now. But now I'm learning that whoever come in next, I know what I need to do to actually carry it on. But sometimes you gotta be in the season of being singleness.
That's what
I
you gonna
mean,
say?
but even before then, it's a mindset and it's a choice to be aligned. It's a mindset and it's a choice because we were initially talking about why men had this mentality to say like, what do you bring to the table? And I was saying like a true man would never ask that question. Like because for one, he's been vigilant and he's paying attention to this woman. The second thing, so he can see what her worth and what her value is. Only a man who doesn't see a woman's value has to ask that question. And so that's why I was saying like these are like not men who are asking these type of questions. These are adult mindset, childish like behavior mind boys, right? In an adult body. who are asking these questions because they have not yet learned how to see a value of a woman. They don't know what the value of a woman is in its first place, which is why I was telling him like a woman's primarily a woman's first job is to nurture. And so and then I gave him examples of how women nurture, right? We're supposed to be
Yeah.
adding on to whatever it is that you're doing, but you got to come with the sauce first so that we can see, like, should I choose this man? I know what my strengths and
What
weaknesses are. I
what
can
kind of
help him
sauce?
here. I can do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Honey mustard will work.
For
Huh?
some women,
Oh, okay. She said sauce. I asked her what honey mustard work.
some women like honey mustard a lot.
Okay.
That where remember Mitch, that's where I got that's where I go to the point of when I'm trying to tell people about relationship. I'm like always ask that man what his motive is.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, and I've been Mitch hear me say that all the time. My bad, Mister, my bad. He hear me say it all the time. I'm like, and I preach it through these women's. I'm like, y'all get into the relationships, but you never ask that man what his motives is. I said, yeah, he gonna shoot you a lie. I said, once the lie come forth, then that will give you your sin. Should I stay or should I go? Because if that man gonna truly say, hey, my motive is, and I told him, I said, my motive is to date you, get to know you better before we become in a relationship. Because if I don't know you and I'm finna bring you around my children, then I'm no, when I bring you around my children, that means I'm serious. That means I'm trying to establish something. But most men like, hey, I don't want nothing with you. I want a situationship with you. I come in, I do my thing, I leave.
And
Or
see, that's a good point. But I ask a different question when I meet men, and it gets me better results. And when I'm dealing with a man and he's trying to talk to me, I ask him, "Where are you with Christ?" Because that tells me everything that I need to know. It tells me if he's gonna have the heart of Christ. It tells me if he's trying to have the heart of Christ. It tells me it differentiates the difference between a man of God and just somebody who says that there's Christian, or it tells me like what do I have to look forward to in this man, because I know that a child of God, a man of Christ, a follower, he's going to behave in a specific way. And I know that he is going to get his source from the same place that I get my source. So I'm more inclined to deal with a man that's like that as opposed to like asking a man, like, what's your intention with me? Because even then, men lie, women lie. A man can say, hey, I date with the intention to marry, but then he only wants like a short term relationship. And for some men, short term is 3 years. But for a woman, we understand that women are valued by their youth. You see what I'm saying? So the older a woman gets, the less desirable she is to a lot of men, right? Men like younger, fit, things that they can, malleable women, stuff like that. And they tend to be a lot younger. They don't tend to be 50, 60, 70 years old. So, with that being said, if a woman's value is like attached to like what she looks like, her age, and all this from a general standpoint of men, then I don't need to be wasting my time, because if I'm already young and beautiful and I'm looking to build a life, a family under Christ, my first question needs to be, where are you with Christ? Because if that answer is not with Christ at all, or I'm not working on it, I don't really go to church, I don't read my Bible, I'm not giving to the poor, I'm not doing any of these biblical things that God tell us to run from men like that anyway.
Mm.
okay, what if his action don't line up to what he's saying? Okay, you ask him the question and he said, yeah, I love God and I go to church, but he never invites you to nothing. Y'all never take initiative of praying together, or you never take initiative of what the word of communion. Not just no another form of communion I'm using. But what if his line his words don't add up? And no, like
Okay,
I say,
so
like I say,
so
most men can lie and say, yes, I love God,
mhm.
just to get you to to believe they word. And this actually is going on. Men will lie and say, "Hey, I love God,"
Absolutely.
but you waiting on the action. You waiting on seeing something,
Well,
and
I
He never
personally,
show it. Go
I
ahead.
okay, so this is how I would answer that question. I can't speak for a majority of women because I'm not them. But what I've learned is that when I ask that question and a man lies to me, time will tell if he's lying because I'm not just listening to his words. I'm not just watching for his actions, right? And even if they don't line up, like I understand, but a foolproof way to understand if a man is really what he says he is to look at patterns because patterns are going to tell you everything. It's going to tell you about his past, it's going to predict his future, all of these things. Like if nothing changed with that man and he stays the same, this I can 80% guarantee that this man will behave in this way because he's done it over and over and over and over again. You see what I'm saying? So I look at
Yeah.
patterns. I don't necessarily believe what people tell me and I don't necessarily believe what people show me because like the Bible says that actions and words have to line up. You see what I'm saying? So if we understand that, you got to take it further and you got to pay attention. And sometimes it take a little time to see, oh, well, if I love God. Okay, well, is this man, like you said, praying? Well, let's ask him to pray over the food. If he can't pray, then, I'm questioning his salvation because, like, you should know how to pray. And even if you learning how to pray, I can see that in him trying. But if his reaction is, why I gotta pray, and he's immediately defensive, then
Mm-hmm.
that tells me everything that I need to know. You see what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
look at the patterns. Like if I'm asking him a question and he say he love God and it doesn't align with what God says, then that's a red flag. That means the Bible say you can tell a tree by the fruit it bear. We looking at the patterns. What is coming off of this tree? You see what I'm saying? That's how I can tell.
Right. And no, and I think that's the main key. If they can't, you like, hey, can you let's pray over the meal, and they're like, and they already start eating, and you like, hey, you
Right.
gonna pray over the meal, and he looking at you like, okay, go ahead and eat. We good.
Right. And we done went on 3 dates and every time you didn't pray over the
You didn't
meal.
pray.
You see what I'm saying? So these are the
Yeah.
patterns. You see what I'm saying? So like you can find out relatively quickly. You can go on 3 dates in 3 weeks or in a month or so and you could tell if you wasting your time or not. Or at least that's how I do it. Now I know some people don't look for these things, but when you read the Bible, it tell you what to look for. It tell you how to behave. It tell you how you're supposed to present yourself to the world and how you're supposed to act in Christ. And if a man is not doing that, he don't read his Bible. It's very simple. You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's not easy, but it's very simple if you read it and you understand it and you know what to look for. And so a lot of people are having really bad experiences because they don't know what to look for. But they want this thing that the Bible describes, like this healthy happy marriage, right? And
Right.
granted, there are going to be things that happen in a marriage to make it challenging, but the Bible even tells you then what to do. But see, people who don't read it, people who don't follow wouldn't know that. And that's how you can tell.
No, I'll say with this one, this new person I'm with, we pray on every meal. We take time to pray on every meal, and we've been going. Mister, know that we've been going on like this probably the 10th date that we pray on
Oh,
every meal and everything. And I'm like, your turn to pray, and I'm like, okay. And it's hard to just how you say uh, when you're looking for someone that's gonna be on the same page. Christian like they're gonna pray and gonna be willing to actually pray for you. You can send, if you send that man a text, say, hey, I need you to pray for me, and he don't send you no type of little small prayer just to help you along through the day,
or
that mean a
call.
lot. That
Mm-hmm.
mean a lot, and or you like, hey, I got something, I got a game going on, I'm kind of nervous. But you send one up for me, and then she send you a prayer like, "Hey, God, give me strength to do it," and that's saying a lot about that person. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's the small things that go a long way that might not seem much, but and most women say, "I want a godly man."
Right.
We hear that all the time. I want a godly man, and sooner or later, when that man so-called be godly come, he not godly.
Absolutely.
You know,
Um, absolutely.
and it sound good. It sound good that you want, and you hold out and see you waiting on the God in him. He gonna show the God in him. And most time, like I always say to Mister, I said most men they know how to put on that mask and they can show that they one thing, but really they just want the one thing that they really want of the thing. And once they get the thing, they not really what you thought he was.
Absolutely. And I think most of that is people don't know what to look for when they're dating Christian like, like
Right.
I think the first thing you look for in a Christian partner is fruit and not the language because anybody can say God sent me, but if you're still moving like the devil, then that's false advertisement, right? If the Bible says that you know them by their fruit, not by their playlist, right? Men who ask, "Oh, let me see your playlist." What? Not by their church attendance, not by their captions, and we understand that that's Matthew what 7:16. So, like, you look for consistency over charisma, right? They don't just talk deep when they like you, like they live deep when nobody's watching, and that's what you look for. You look for conviction and not convenience, right? They don't adjust their morals to match the mood. You look for accountability, right?
Hmm.
So they got somebody they can check them and not just cheer them on, right? You look for somebody with emotional discipline because they know the difference between reacting and responding, and that's spiritual maturity. You look for a servant's heart, right? If they don't deserve there's I mean if they don't serve in their singleness, then they won't suddenly start serving in marriage. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You look for forgiveness without foolishness because grace don't mean gullible. And you look for vision and alignment because if God gave you a calling, don't link it with somebody who will mute your calling. So there are things that you can spot out immediately when you're talking to somebody, when you're trying to date somebody to with the goal of marriage. And I just think one of the biggest issues that people have so many problems is that they want all of these biblical things, but they're not looking to the book to find out what they are and what they should be looking for in order to get that thing.
Yeah. Most men don't know what I say my point of view most men we don't know what type of woman that we really want in this society, and they ain't always got to be about the coke bottle or that Instagram model or whatever. To me it's about how that person is that you miss somebody gullible, how the person is with you. They really can open up their heart and share things that you like, just share things that are really important to them, because most men don't sit back and listen what that woman want or what the woman desire, what's going on in her lifetime, what's going on in that moment. But I'll tell a mister again,
What?
I'm learning to be quiet and listen and be more observant to what a woman got to say than try to put myself interject myself in every situation. Because sometimes it's best that the lots of time they just want you to hear them out, listen to me, tell me. Then some want the advice of a no, they want advice of a real man, not just the man just gonna say, "Hey, I'll do this," just to say I'll do that, but ain't gonna stand on what he really mean. So it's this society, this Gen X, how they say this Gen X is really, it really do something to us as looking forward towards marriage again. That's me looking toward for marriage again. 'Cause I'm like, do I really want to do that again? Do I really want to? And I am dating to get married, but you like, is I really want to do that again? Something to think about. You like, I don't got so used to being single now. I don't know if I want to go that route.
I
But
agree.
But if it God will for me to find someone as a new helpmate, keyword helpmate.
Right. Not the
That
woman
means
doing everything.
yeah, that means no, that means that hey, uh, and I'll let them. I'll know now. It's back to the point where you be truthful about it. I said I got some couple baggages in the closet that is still kind of in there, but if you, if you know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
that those baggages that I got, they're really not problems with you. It's little problem with me, but I can solve those. I can unpack them and take them out somewhere. If I'm kind of going around the circle with it, you know what I'm saying. But you being truthful, let them know, hey, I got this going on. I got this going on. I got this going on. But this ain't got nothing to do with you. This won't stop us from progressing going forward because what I got going on, it was way before your time, and we can move forward. You remember what I said, Mister, about the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was way before my time, but I believe that I'm like, even though before my time, it's the God in me, like, hey, not yet. Do not leave that person like that. Don't leave it. So, and I know you like, hey, I would have dipped, but the God in me, like, hey, not yet. Don't leave her. You didn't fall in love with that. You didn't fall. You didn't like that. What you didn't fall for that. Whatever she had going on, it was something else that caught your eyes. I'm gonna be quiet now. Go ahead, Mister, because you ain't saying nothing
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, I was letting y'all rock out, bro. Like I just like to hear people rock out, bro. That's the whole point.
Hey,
Everybody opinion matters. Everybody get their chance to talk. You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
it's your turn now,
Like,
Billy.
I'm with Billy. um, yeah. I mean, I agree with y'all on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff too should match up, but sometimes it don't if that person is still working on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm?
sometimes sometimes it don't match up if that person is still working on themselves because everybody has not made it to where every word that they say matches up with every action they
That's a
does.
choice. That's a
That's a
choice.
choice.
Because when you try, God honors obedience. You see what I'm saying? And that's when, if you're struggling with obedience, all you got to do is pray and ask for the capacity for more obedience, and God to give it to you. So that's not an excuse. You see what I'm saying? Like, how many times does the Bible say, like, oh, ask me, knock, seek? You see what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like if somebody really got a heart of Christ, then they'll slow stuff down and they won't make commitments that they can't do. And, like trusting in God and having that faith will make you be a man of your word anyway. Like that's how it works. So I don't necessarily agree with it. I feel like if you doing what you want to do, you hadn't really died to the flesh. If you're doing it half of the time, like then half of you is not submitted to the Lord. That's what I think.
And okay, so um, I'm not gonna totally disagree with you on that. Okay, you can very well be absolutely correct. But I mean, but some people it takes that. I'm back to what I just said. Some people it takes time to get there.
Mm,
Like some people can submit to God and be almost good as you could be. You know what I'm saying? Just off the initial submission. You know what I'm saying? And then some people it takes time to get to where that submission to God actually shows that they're submitted to God. You know
okay,
what
well
I'm
in that
saying?
case, don't date until you're ready to do that. because you
Man,
haven't, you see what I'm saying? Don't date until you're ready to do that, because why would you get in a relationship? Let's just say the thing that you haven't submitted, like you're doing everything else right except your flesh, right? Let's just say you real lustful and you
me
like the
too.
way the box feel and you want some sugar
Yeah.
walls, right?
Oh
You
Lord,
want some sugar
yes,
walls real bad. Okay, well,
yes.
if you know that you're like
That
that,
sugar
you
wall.
shouldn't date you shouldn't date a woman and play with her feelings because you want some sugar walls. You should submit that part of yourself to
Huh?
Christ first. You should submit that part of yourself to Christ first before you wind up with a crazy lady that want to stab you in her back, in your back, or in your neck while you sleeping, because you done played with her sugar walls. You see what I'm saying? So if something bad happens to you,
Okay.
if something bad happens to you because you playing with people's feelings, it's your fault that you weren't in self control. Cause see, like self control is spiritual. That's discipline come from the spirit. You see what I'm saying? So like if it's certain parts of you that you hadn't yet gotten to the point where you can feel comfortable doing that, let's just say your funds not where they need to be. Well, you can't go out on dates, baby, because you ain't got no money for gas. You ain't got no money to buy yourself nothing to eat. You know, when you go out, you ain't got no money to buy clothes to make yourself look right. It's the same place that you need to be before you start courting other people. So I would say submit yourself to Christ in those areas. And then when you get to that point, that's when you can date. Instead of having trying to make people who've already did the hard work, who's already they were broke too. Everybody wasn't, born with money. You see what I'm saying? They had to come up and learn how to take care of themselves. She had to learn how to take care of herself just like you learn how to take care of yourself too. So if she could do it, then why you mad that she need to accept you for being funky and not taking a bath? She worked and paid her light bill and she got, hot running water to take a bath. So why come you can't do that? Why I need to accept you as a bum? So they let me know that you think this of yourself. That's not Christian like. You see what I'm saying? So like that's not what the word tell us to do. Like I don't feel like that's the person's job that you're dating. I don't feel like it's their job to accept it. Like if you have problems with certain things, you probably should address those problems before you start dating. And that way, by the time you are dating, you can be confident in yourself with the things that, like you say, you bring to the table as a man. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Okay. Sugar
It,
walls.
it,
Sugar
it is
walls.
mic drop madness. It is mic
Sugar
drop
walls.
madness.
I gotta go to that sugar wall. Every
Rock
sugar
out.
wall ain't a good wall. But she make it. But Miss Studio make a good point. You made a heck of a good point. Uh, the previous relationship I was in, sugar wall was wonderful, but there was no can I say there was no covenant in that relationship. If that makes sense.
With no covenant with God on the opposite end. That what you
You
saying?
know, no, I'm saying that we kept God in relationship, but it was no
Mhm.
covenant of. I think that's one thing that we should have, and we bought it up. We bought up in that relationship like, hey, we need to quit this, but flesh took over and we continue, and that's where that's where that's where it's different now, Mister. It's different now because I'm like in this preceding person I'm dating, I ain't got the sugar wall.
Mhm.
It ain't that I don't know. It's to me, it's like I'm not desiring that from her. It's something more. That's what it's something more that I'm like, hey, that's not what I want from you. It's something more. I'm looking in you, and it's more of a spiritual connection than just the sugar wall. If that makes sense. Cause you can give her a woman, you like, hey, that's all I want. It's just the sugar walls, and you can
Mm-hmm.
play the you can play the godly character all day until you get the sugar walls, and when you get the sugar wall, where God at now? So that's a very good point. That's something that that's something that you're like something you have to pray hard about. God, take that sense of nature out of my flesh when you come to dating someone. If I'm making any sense.
It makes
My
a lot
my
of
my,
sense.
my flesh weak. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie like it ain't. But Miss Studio, what I want you to do is if you have another phone or a laptop, I don't know what you own, but if you could turn your camera on, and I want you to look at yourself because a while ago you said men need to wait till they get ready to date women. I just want you to look at yourself and think about who wants to wait to get to that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I
A
don't
man that's
want to wait.
serving Christ, a man that is afraid to go to hell, a man that is afraid that while he's having sex, intercourse with a woman, that Jesus will come back and he'll go straight. He get caught in his sin and go to hell. A man that is afraid of getting an STD. A man that respects himself. A man that's not trying to like throw dangling to every single thing and devalue his worth. So by the time the woman that he's looking, because what if he meets like a woman who thinks like a man, and she's perfect, but she thinks like a man, and she like, how many bodies you got? And you like, oh well, I don't remember because I've had so many people. And then you see what I'm saying? Or oh, what if he meets a woman who's actually rooted in God, and she understands that what witchcraft is fornication, because that's how they swap demons and stuff. Because she's had an experience to where she's been around in the cult and she's seen that, and she knows that this person is full of things that'll be extra spiritual warfare for her. So she doesn't want to have sex with you. So it just depends on what kind of man you are. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're the type of nun, you don't fear God in that way, you don't have reverence for him, you don't believe that God will not be mocked, and you don't believe what goes around comes around, because the Bible says all these things, then that's the type of man who doesn't want to wait for marriage. That's the type of man, a type of man who doesn't have self control is the type of man that won't wait for marriage. The type of man who only wants the sugar walls, like he's going to be out there putting notches on his belt left and right. And so,
Not
like,
just
that's,
only want the sugar wild now. Not only want the sugar wild now.
yeah, it's men out
Want
here who
more?
only want the sugar walls. Like,
Oh yeah. Okay.
they have bros, and the bros is clocking them, and they like, bro, you a lame if you don't do this. And so that's how a lot of guys lose their virginity. They get like bullied into it, right? But if the parents did their job right, a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen. But I mean, there are things like, you got some persuasive people out here, and the devil has his way of using people and oppressing folks to make them carry out, these type of things. That's where these fetishes and stuff come from. But I digress. My
Mm,
point is, there are men out
fetishes.
here who don't have children, who are like waiting for that woman. They have refused to get a woman pregnant. They have refused to literally have sex with a woman until they meet, because they're thinking in their mind, what if she's fertile and I get stuck with a baby mama? Like, so there are a lot of guys who, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there are a lot of people who don't necessarily share that sentiment that you share. Because everybody struggle with something different. Yours might be lust, and somebody else's might be gluttony. So everybody don't think everything is, important.
Yeah. So.
That answer your question?
Yeah. I just want you to look at yourself, because I don't know who you are. I haven't seen you, but I'm pretty sure you are a beautiful lady. So, um, I just wanted you to take a look at yourself and just realize that ain't nobody really trying to wait for these women. Like y'all women are beautiful out here. Like we got to give y'all flowers. Y'all women are very beautiful out here. So it's hard for men to walk past y'all and say, "Nah, I ain't gonna try to talk to her because I ain't ready." Like most men gonna try to talk to you and then get ready in the process. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like facts.
He doing it wrong, and he don't have any discipline if he's doing it. And a lot of times, if a man really is in love with you, like, like what do they call it? Like first sight, love at first sight. Then
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna respect whatever it is that she's trying to do anyway. He doesn't want to disrespect her because he doesn't want her to leave. And so, like I said, it just depends on what type of man you are. If you're like selfish and you want to use a woman, you devalue a woman, you want to have sex with her to humble her because you're jealous of something that a woman has, and men or women are not even in the same league. Like, it just depends on what kind of man you are. You know what I'm saying? Because there are guys who don't want to wait, but there are a lot of guys who do want to wait. And just because you don't know any doesn't mean that they're not out there. And see, what'll happen is you will miss the woman of your life to like a nerd, somebody who just sit on the computer and play video games on Twitch all day because he understands. You see
He
what I'm
don't
saying?
understand. He just like playing video game. He don't understand these. He just like playing video game. He don't want to come out the house. He just stuck in the room all day. That's why he ain't done nothing.
Oh, okay. If you say so. Them
I'm
be the
just
best
saying.
ones.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, so piggyback on what you said. Do and this might be a little personal, so if you don't want to answer, you ain't got to. Okay. So do you know your body count? Or you stated something about body count a while ago.
I do.
Too cool. You know your body count?
Do I know my body count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know yours?
Wow.
Hypocrite. Okay.
Hold on. One, that was 5. It's got
I,
to separate the 7,
I
8.
ain't I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I don't know mine. I ain't gonna lie.
Do if grinding on somebody, do that count?
Did you listen when you were grinding on them?
No, it was just it was grinding. She would have.
I mean, if you listed, then it counts.
Okay, nah.
Yeah, you were listed. Yeah, so he counted. He counted. You were listed. Cause me and if we get that close, we listed. Like so.
Okay, my count is. I say my count is 12.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty high for
you
me.
ran. Yeah, yeah, you ran through. You ran through, buddy.
But
Yeah, yeah.
hey, in my defense.
Speak of your defense, bro. Speak of your
In
defense.
my defense, no, uh, these were mutual agreements.
Uh huh.
Mm.
Uh, they know what they were getting themselves involved in,
Mm.
and they understand what was going on. So I'm like, okay, you know, mutual agreements.
So that make it
It wasn't
make it
no, it
better.
wasn't
Mm.
no mistakes.
Mm.
So that's supposed to make it better because it's mutual agreements.
No, it don't make it better. It's a
Okay,
mutual agreement
okay.
that hey, we knew what we were doing and everything. Something like you like, oh, I just slipped up. No, I didn't slip up. I knew what I was doing. We both talked about it before we even done something. So I'm like, okay, that's where we at. And this what we're doing. Okay, cool. Now, do you want to do it again? Hey, you wasn't that good to me.
Mm. 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 Mm.
you know,
Got to
and
be more careful.
and since on the subject, that most men's lots of them is just I'm getting the sugar wall just to release my vanilla.
Well, here's the thing though. If if y'all just did what God asked you to do in the first place, like would there, and I'm not saying y'all specifically, right? I'm talking about all men. If we just did what we were supposed to do, then what would she have to compare it to? If everybody was a virgin, You see what I'm saying? Men ask that question, like, what is your body count and stuff, for a couple of different reasons. You want to see how many men she been with, and secretly in the back of your mind, you kind of don't want her to compare you to anybody else. Well, if that's the case, then why aren't you a virgin when you know what I'm saying? If you were a virgin and she was a virgin, it'll be y'all both first time. And nobody would have anything to compare it to, so when nobody feelings get hurt. You see how that alleviates the problem? Or let's just say something happened and this person could not be a virgin because they got taken advantage of, right? If it's been 15 years since you did something, you're not gonna remember what what that looked like anyway. So it'll be like, I would like to call that secondhand virgin. Now it don't count in the eyes of the Lord unless you repent. But God can restore your lady parts. You know what I'm saying? He can definitely restore and give you your hymen back and stuff like that if you pray for it. And so what I'm saying is it could be an experience for a man like the first time. And my point is, she won't have anything to compare that to. And you won't have anything to worry about if you just did what you was supposed to do anyway. Like, I think that's why God tell us the way that he tell us. Because it keep down on STDs, it keep down on confusions, it keep down on demons, it keep down on lustful thoughts and acts, and it keep down on comparison. And that way a man don't have to feel inadequate, like, oh, my member is not as big as X, Y, and Z, because she wouldn't have anything to compare it to. Does that make sense? Huh. Oh, y'all real quiet.
Oh, I thought he was gonna respond. I thought he was gonna respond. My bad.
You ain't saying
I
nothing.
mean, yeah, it makes it. Now he said that he got quiet. He on
No, I'm
mute
talking
right
about
now.
you. You still
Oh
ain't
yeah,
saying nothing.
I'm responding to it. I just thought he gonna speak first. Um, it makes sense. I mean, but
But
it does make sense.
mm,
So I can understand what you're saying with the point that you made. That yeah, definitely. You will not have nothing to compare it to if you only does it the correct design way. But now I'm not disputing what you said because it's absolutely correct. But most people like to know what they getting themselves into. You know what I'm saying?
that's lust.
So it's, so
You
it's kind
dealing
of
with pride, Leviathan, and like if you want to know so bad, if the sex is so important to you, then the money should be important. Like you should just the money shouldn't be important. You should just if you only wanted sex, you should only hire prostitutes. You
huh?
see what I'm saying? Like if that's the issue. But you're saying that you want something more than that, right?
Right. Yeah. I
Well,
want
you
a
can't.
lifetime. A
Do you?
lifetime is all
Who
that
would
I
want?
need.
Who would want to be with a man who is constantly gonna cheat on her because you got a problem keeping it in your pants? You see what I'm saying? What's the point of me marrying a man who is a thought? Like, if he out here for everybody, what I want him for, it's not gonna be a lifetime for me. It's just gonna be a piece of paper for him. Like, it's still not a covenant because he's gonna continue to break it. There's no trust there. Like, he could bring me anything home to the house. You see what I'm saying? Who would want a person like that? Who's like, I mean, if you spent,
I
you
mean,
spent.
but once I get married, then I'm not gonna be cheating. I
How does
don't
she know
cheat.
that though? What if,
I
let's
ain't gonna cheat when
assume,
I get married.
here's the thing though. How do
Yeah.
you know that you hadn't met your married self? How do you know that it won't get so bad that the corn that you're watching on your phone ain't doing it for you no more? How do you know that the magazine subscription that you subscribe to ain't doing it for you no more? And how do you know that you're not so upset at this woman that you wouldn't step out on her if given the perfect opportunity? She don't know that. A woman who sees what a man is doing before is probably going to be a pretty good indicator of what he is going to do when he get married. And so that's just like saying, oh, you should marry me right now. I don't have a big booty right now, but when we get married, I'm going to have one. I promise. I'm going to have a gigantic booty when we get married. You going to believe that? Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Ooh, you got so quiet. Ooh.
it could be possible. You know what I'm saying? You could
And that's how
possibly
she gonna think.
make it
That's
work
possible, but
some type of way.
that ain't really. That's possible, but it ain't. I don't see it right now. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
in that same logic, like I feel like that's a double standard. Like, don't ask women to be virgins when you're not. Don't ask women to have a low body count when you don't. You can't even remember your body count. Like, why does that even matter
I
if the
mean, I
goal is
just
marriage and God has forgiven you? Let's just say you are a person of Christ, right? You have the mindset and heart of God. You're not going to be having time to focus on that no way, because God is going to, after you show him obedience and have faith, he's going to eradicate you from the spirit of lust, and you're not going to have these urges. That's a whole spirit that's taking you down through there. That spirit will have you out in the middle of the road in in the rain looking for some booty. And if you get down real bad, it's not gonna matter what gender booty it is.
whoa, now, whoa.
Yeah, you see, if you ain't got to that point yet, just wait a little bit longer. Keep playing with that sin and see what happens to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a spirit of destruction. So like that one to take you down through there. The spirit of lust. So I would try to do something a little different and not proclaim on social media that this is how you are. Like, I would try to actively like pray about that and try to, you know what I'm saying?
I
Because
mean, I ain't gonna get on here and lie. I'm gonna be real now. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like, what
mean,
I'm
we
gonna lie
talking
for?
greasy, but also
Right.
I would work on it in my personal life if I were you.
I mean,
Because that sounds
I'm
so
working
bad.
on it.
That
It
sounds
sound
so
bad.
bad. Yes, like what woman?
Hello. Which part you talking about now? Which part you talking about sound
I'm
bad?
talking about the less than activities that you're talking about. You was like, oh well, I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to test it out like a car. I'm trying to see the sugar walls, because I can't hold out. Well, that's a discipline problem. That's how I know you're not in the spirit, because like you learn it consecrating through the Lord, asking Him for help. Like you, first of all, it's a tough spirit to get off of you, and usually it's accompanied by the spirit of pride, which is a Leviathan spirit, which is one of the hardest spirits to get off of you. Like you got to do extra steps for Leviathan. As a matter of fact, the Bible tells us not even to deal with that one alone. Like only God can deal with that one. So it's
Right.
like if you don't go to the Lord for these accompanying spirits and they bringing their friends and you keep playing with this specific sin, like it's gonna grow into other stuff. They're gonna like attach other spirits to them. You're gonna be a beacon, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna wind up old and lonely because women are not gonna allow you to play with them like that. Especially not the millennials, because they have already like the millennials, like we've seen our parents have fun and we were cut off from the fun and now they're dying out and we don't have any help. We gotta pay for babysitters. Our parents aren't keeping our kids. So we gotta work. We don't have time for a lot of these games that people are, you see what I'm saying? So like I don't I don't think that that's like a feasible like way to keep going if you, because you've said quite a few times like I'm trying to be married, but it also sounds like you playing the field at the same time, and it's like, well, you're not really trying to be married because you're still playing the field.
Got no feel.
Okay, what about
But I understand what you're saying.
what about
Oh, he
some
back.
just talk? Yeah, I've been back. I'll just listen because it was quite
Okay.
interesting. You
Rock out there.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna be.
piggyback on both of you. I'm gonna piggyback on, but one thing uh, about the lust and everything. Uh, I'm gonna go another direction. How I'm gonna put it? you may be lustful this year, and you might not be there this year, but the next year you're a whole nother person. But you still hold him accountable to the past of what you saw in the past year. So what I'm saying, even though Mister might say, "Hey, I'm not that guy," but you still hold on to what you saw in the past. Cause lots of times that's time lots of female get. I'm not put it in you in gender in general, no general. But lots of female, they, if you done something wrong, they consist of you being that same person in the past. You the same guy that been done. You done it before. But a man got a chance to grow. God can change his mind, his whole mindset, his whole situation, where he learned how to do better, learn how to grow and really know what is what. So, and I think that's what something going on. Lots of people a lot of people know Mister and everything. Like, yeah, he that same guy that was what like he was last year. But do you really know that he don't change? Have you ever tried? Have you even tried it? Have you ever just see?
Well,
Because
here's the
what
thing. Go ahead.
because what you saw at first in the past, it might be totally different what you see now. And I'm not just putting Mister out there, but I'm just saying that what I'm learning. A lot of people like, okay, you were that same guy last year. And Miss No, I don't went through a lot last year. And I'm like, no, I'm different this year because I don't learn stuff. I don't learn stuff. I don't throw letting God show me things that I'm like, wow, this person, I don't need to talk to that person no more because just for here, I know how to set boundaries and I'm learning things what is best for me to go forward. So when you look at me, no, I'm not that same person that was in the past. I don't really want to have booty relationship right now. I just want to grow. I want somebody I can grow with. I want somebody I can build a relationship with. I want somebody that's gonna actually want me for me and not me for my accolades or what I can offer. So that's where the growth come in, where where you want to show somebody I'm not that same guy. No, I just threw that out there. No, just threw it out there. Okay, you go ahead.
Okay, so see, that's the thing. Um, People love to freeze frame you in the last season, and they still talking about the old you because they haven't met the healed you yet. And just because they remember who you were doesn't mean that they understand who you're becoming. Because growth doesn't need their validation; it just needs your consistency. So, like, people can call you fake and all this other stuff. But let's be real. When you stop feeding the same demons, the people who still feed off of them, they get hungry. And so if you've grown, stand on it. Let them talk about it. Let them talk about who you were. And, while they're stuck in conversation, you're busy building the character of who God wants you to be, right? Not like, because God is not holding your past against you. So why are you letting people who don't even tithe, like, to keep your peace and bound? You know what I mean? Like, but here's the caveat to that.
Right.
Now, if you're talking to a person who will tell you the truth and they bring it up, right? And this is somebody rooted in Christ. This is somebody who's watching to see if your patterns change and they bring it up again, you might want to reevaluate what you're doing because you might be backsliding. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes women are a little bit quicker to catch on to a pattern than a man is. And they see somebody like, oh, he said he was gonna do this, he was gonna stop cheating, and he stopped cheating for 6 months, but then he did it again, and that woman is now nagging that you're doing it again. Well, she still loves you, right? And she wants you to change, and she's hoping that her reprimand will help you realize that you can't keep doing this for too much longer because some men do take that opportunity to say, I will change. And they might actually try to grow a little bit for a little while, for 3 weeks, for 6 months, right? But then they get tired, then they feel defeated. And then they say, oh, this is too hard. And they revert back. Well, sir, your heart didn't really change if that's what you did. Because when it gets tough, you're supposed to go to get on your knees and pray. And God is supposed to give you the strength because we're weak, but we're strong in his in you see what I'm saying? In our weakness, with his
Uh-huh.
strength, we're stronger. So that means you didn't do the steps right. If somebody is still complaining about the past you and they're not able to see the real you, either they're delusional or you are. You see what I'm saying? So there you could absolutely be in the season to where lust was last year for you. And you could be showing people every day that I have changed. Well, that's when you stand in it on your own, right? And that's when you ask God to take away the voices so that you won't hear it. And He will, because you're being obedient. God will protect you. You see what I'm saying? And if you feel like that's too much,
Right.
the rah rah, He'll protect you if you ask Him, but you got to remember to ask. And on the other side of that, if a person who is genuine, like, and this person is really want to see you win, and they bring it back up, you the problem. You ain't did what you were supposed to do. You ain't asked enough, or you haven't prayed enough, or you missed something, and you might need to reevaluate it. Because if that lustful spirit is really hard to get off of you, it's very difficult, and it's a lot of prayer and consecration and discipline that has to come with it. Because in the natural, once you get a taste of the sugar walls, or the pipe, is kind of hard. It got a hook in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And they pulling you out the water like fish, and then they adding more spirits to it. So that's what I would say. Like, if you're really, really trying, it still needs to be some evaluation. You still need to go to the throne and ask God to fix it. Because if you're backsliding, you haven't submitted that part fully to the throne. But if you're not backsliding and people are discouraging you, then you need to ask for more protection. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or maybe you have. Maybe the reason that you can hear people, the backlash, like, let's assume the second scenario, when you're doing the right thing and you hear the rah rah, people hurting your feelings because they reminding you of the person that you killed, that man, you know what I'm saying? The man you laid to rest. That was way last year. I'm doing
Yeah.
so good. It's been 12 months, right?
Person
Well,
you unalive.
oh, I'm sorry. Person that you unalived,
Yeah.
that you buried, that is no longer, right? So
Right.
if that's the case, then I would suggest that you go to the throne and you ask God to, either take it away, or maybe when you pray about it, He brings back to your remembrance, you ask for a stronger mind. Because, see, this goes back into, you got to be careful what you pray for too. Because some people ask to be stronger, and then when they get the strong situation that'll make them strong if they persevere and faint not, they give up. But see, that was the situation. That was what you prayed
Mm,
for. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta go back. You gotta be honest. It's a real tough thing. Like, you gotta be super transparent with yourself, and you gotta be transparent with the Lord to see, like, first of all, did I even ask for this at any point in my life? Did I ask to have a certain thing? Because what if that's the requirement that gets you to the next level, and He's not gonna take it away because this is a part of your ministry. You see what I'm saying? And you have to build a tough skin around it. So there are a couple of things, you know. I don't
okay. A couple
couple of
That's a
things
good
you
things.
should
point.
consider.
That's a good point. But what about this though? I'm gonna throw this out here, Mister. And I've
Rock
been
out.
this been I've been seeing this all over Facebook for a while, for a while, and it become a major topic on different platforms about when the men speak up against something they're having a problem with the female, and when he speak up, he open, he like, I don't like how you keep nagging about this, even though I'm trying to do better, but you keep bringing up the subject about it. But I'm trying to, what the word I'm trying to, I'm trying to transcend over to where I'm doing better in that subject. But you keep bringing up. So I'm allowing myself to open up to you about what the problem is because I've been quiet because every time I bring it up, it's an argument. So they said most men get to that point where they're like, hey, I ain't got nothing to say. Because every time I bring it up and you nag about it, it's like it's an issue. But I'm opening, I'm sharing you what really bothers me throughout that. And the problem can be, the problem can start Saturday night, but it still continue all the way to Friday in the next week because we never got it off our chest. And we don't know. And you like, what's wrong with you? What's going on? It's just that problem. You like, I want to share it. Why I'm really upset. It's nothing to do with work. It's just you keep bringing it up. And most men, they open their heart up just to share. Hey, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm having. This is what I'm facing. And I want you to realize that I'm trying. But as us trying to bring it forward to the female, they think it's just us arguing um about she nagging about it. But we just open up saying, hey, yeah, I know you're nagging about it, but you ain't really seeing my point of view of it. I'm sharing my heart that, hey, I do got a problem you nagging about it, but I'm working on it. Walk out. Hello?
You understand that, Miss Studio?
Oh, he said Mister, baby. That's not my name. I'm not a man.
Oh, he said okay. He said he was gonna bring it up. Okay, my bad. I mean, I found a wide open. Okay, appreciate it. Um, well, you gotta come to a meeting between y'all two to where you can sit down comfortably and talk and discuss whatever it is you're trying to discuss. Because at some point, like yeah, the nagging get irritating. It get irritating, but most of the time, and this is me speaking on behalf of the women. I'm not a woman. We do have a woman on the panel, but most of the time, and just from me paying attention to a lot of things, um, women nag about what they want to see you do better at. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's communication, whether it's texting me more, whether it's calling me more, whether it's more in the yard more, whether it's washing the dishes more, whatever nuances that it is with that particular issue with them particular individuals. But most women want you to do better in that particular aspect. That's why they're nagging about it. But if it's consistent nag, at some point we got to get to where we can collectively sit down and discuss it without the nagging or without the man getting overly frustrated or mad because she's nagging. But we have to sit down eventually and be able to discuss whatever it is the bottom line issue is. Because if we never get to the bottom line issue, then we're never solving it. And if we never solve it, then it's just a continued issue daily. Then it turn to weekly, then turn to monthly, then turn to yearly. And then for long, you're gonna start resenting each other. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
we never solved the issue. And then if you get the resentment, then you might get the divorce or breaking up, whatever the situation may be, if you're married or if you're dating. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it has to be a collective effort on both ends to be able to discuss whatever it is going on, so you both can get an understanding. Miss Studio, you got anything on that one?
Well, men love to call it nagging, but half the time it's not even nagging, it's noticing. Um, if I'm saying the same thing more than once, it's probably because I haven't seen change yet. A lot of women are rooted in logic and reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I don't want people to confuse accountability with attack. And a woman who cares will speak up. A woman who doesn't, she'll go silent and start detaching. And that's why women cheat. You see what I'm saying? So y'all say she keep repeating herself. Well, if you kept showing progress, she'll have new material, and she wouldn't have to repeat
Oh,
herself.
oh,
You see what I'm saying? When a woman says, I need you to do better, I don't feel
hold
like
up, hold up,
it's
hold up,
about
hold up.
control. It's about connection because she's trying to keep the home aligned before it
Hold up,
turns
Miss
into a
Studio.
war zone.
Excuse me, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Hold up, Miss Studio. Look at this again. Here we go again with this again tonight. Look at it. This is true. I am Maria's, I guess. Why everybody always agree with your comments? That's all I'm saying.
Because it's
Like,
rooted
no,
in
no,
logic and
no.
reasoning and it's biblically charged. And though I respect your opinion, a lot of things
I'm just
that
saying.
you say are so far left, like so like coming from this place of I want to live my life and bump the consequences. Like it's just like a lot of adults don't have the same mental capacity that you do. A lot of people who do a lot of adult things don't kind of think that way. And I don't know, like some of the things that you say are just so like mind boggling confusing. It's just kind of like I don't know, because even I'm confused by some of the things you say, and I have to ask you a few times, like, what do you mean by that? Because I have thought of like 12 different things that you may have meant, you know?
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I'm
Like,
just saying.
you be saying
I'm
stuff,
just
like, it just be wild. You be like, yeah, I'm trying to test out them sugar. I'm trying to drive the car off the lot before I put a ring on it. Like, I'm just trying to ram into the guts. Like, and it's like, sir. Why would you say like do you believe that's how and then you be saying stuff like yeah, women only want money from men, why do women only want money from men? And it's like, sir.
that's what my past life has taught me. Like I got used a lot. Like so I'm sorry.
I
Wow.
I'm
mean,
sorry.
but you only want
That
sex from
calm down.
women, so
I'm
isn't
a
that a
real.
fair trade-off? Like if you're gonna be a prostitute, pay, right? You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm
I
just
have
saying
read.
it seemed like you be kind of half stepping in these worlds that you go into, and it's like, no, if you're gonna be a bad person, just be a completely bad person, and if you're gonna be a good person, just be a completely good person. Like try your hardest, right?
Yeah.
And God will allow you to do both. The Bible say He'll turn you over to your reprobate mind, to the list, whatever. Like,
Wow.
No,
I mean, He will.
I
So, I mean, and that may be what we're witnessing right now, but that's okay. It's okay because everybody matters, right? We care about
no,
everybody's soul and we're trying to reel you back in, you
yeah.
know?
No, we cool. It ain't, I mean, we calm. We calm. We get excited and real passionate about when we talk on here. That's
No
all it is.
problem. We
And
talking
I was
greasy.
just, yeah, I was talking about his comment. His comment, her comment. I really don't know if that's a man or a woman, but whoever commented it is, but they said calm down. So I was just saying because it seemed like every time she started talking, somebody put a comment in the said she right. This is true. Like, but they'll never put down when I talk. Like I'm just be, I'm just trying. Well, I can't get one. Just one.
I
Well,
don't try to be right. I try to be righteous. Okay. Like for me, it's not about being right. It's about like
You
doing
just
something because I know the Lord watching me and making
yeah,
sure that it's something that He can agree to. Because like if He doesn't, some of us got instant karma. You feel me?
yeah,
So like some of y'all can live y'all life the way that y'all want to, and I love that for y'all. But some of us, if we do something wrong, we so seasoned with the Lord, we get a spanking. And so we got to live our life a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And it may not be you right now, and that's okay. Everybody got a different walk. And so I'm just a person that try to say and do the right things. Like,
yeah.
and it's not about it being right. It's more about is it righteous in the eyes of God? Like, what are we supposed to be doing to like I'm a rule follower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's
you're a bit of a rebel, and that's okay.
wow. Well, picking up for me, I go both ways.
whoa, huh? Hold on,
Mm,
No,
you
not
just
like
can't
that.
be
No,
out.
not like
You just
that.
can't be
mm,
wide open with that now. You can't be wild.
mm,
Let me.
You gotta be
Well, I mean,
careful.
mm.
I go with Miss Studio, and I go with you. I throw some out there, and I go godly, and I go. We need Brother Denzel on. I forgot to send Denzel the message. But
That's
but
interesting. That's
over
funny.
everything. We just like to just bring come together, and just talk, enjoy ourselves, and just communicate.
Yeah,
You know, and
Oh yeah,
share different opinions. Cause somewhere in the midst, somebody catching somebody getting a word, or somebody getting a message, and somebody like, wow, I didn't thought about that. I didn't think about that. Um, um, one thing that Denzel said today, Big D, my bad, Big D. One thing about Big D, he like, I never thought about what that girl said about go to bed, don't go to bed angry, that that you may not be able to apologize in the morning. He like, I never thought about that like that. He said that kind of thick with me, and I'm like, okay, I see that. I'm like, okay, He like this, he said this that helped me. So it's the small things, the small thing that Miss Studio is saying, the small thing that you might be saying. It might be a
right.
small thing that I'm saying, but somebody, our thing is just to get out here and that, help motivate. We can just help one person, with our words. It may help out. Everything might help out, might change somebody. Um,
Exactly.
yeah,
or
yeah.
somebody might be just enjoying the entertainment of me
That's
talking.
it. Why you
They
gotta say
might,
just you?
yeah.
Like we ain't over here talking too.
No, it's just him. It's just him.
And one thing, I'm finna go. One thing, I'm finna go. We never know who might be at that point of suicide, and they just need something just to get their mind frame regulated.
That's true.
That's one thing
I
that
don't
I'm
think we
like,
could say that word on YouTube.
Yeah,
my
you
bad.
can't.
What the word?
You got to say
Uh,
unalive. They said, you know.
unaliving themselves. My bad, YouTube. Unalive themselves.
But just,
But we can just stop one, whatever. We doing what we can. That's one thing. That's one thing about talking greasy. Well, we can just help one. We can just give somebody enlightenment, because we never know where a person might be at in their state of mind right now.
That's true.
Mental illness is
that's true.
real, and if we can continue to
It
do what we're
is.
doing and just sharing something and making them laugh, then we got to keep going. All right, guys, I'm going to bed. I gotta go work while y'all y'all continue.
I'm off tomorrow.
I work
That's
and
why
I
I've been
got
on this
church.
mother so long. Okay.
All right,
But hey, we'll be probably back on tomorrow night. I guess. I don't know. Tomorrow night, Sunday. So we done started though. I done started something. Now Saturday's gonna be mic drop madness. Yep, that's what they're gonna be. um, you got any more word, Miss Studio? You can stay on here the whole time till I close out. But it's all we've been on the thing about 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm late for work playing around with you.
You got any last words before we close it out? We'll
Jesus
close it out
rules.
with your last words. Okay, that's your last word. Okay.
No, I didn't say. Wait a minute. Oh, you
Yeah.
gonna let me
Okay.
talk?
Okay, my bad. Run your last word then. I'm sorry.
How am I supposed to close out the pocket? What you want me to say?
Whatever you feel that you need to say that thanks will help somebody, or maybe they want to hear. We just gonna close it out.
Not all sugar walls are, but no, I'm just playing. Um, I don't know. This is like I don't know. Have a
Let your
good night and stay visionary, you guys.
all right. Appreciate you for that. Appreciate you for that. Hey, but we finna get ready to get out of here once again. Thank you everybody that tapped in. I thought she gonna stay up here with me. Okay, she dropped down. But thank you everybody for tapping in. Thank everybody for commenting. Hey, please hit that like button on the way out if you don't mind. Uh, hit that subscribe button if you're fooling with the content. If you like the content, we try to go every night. Sometimes we don't make the content. I'm put on the spot her. She's supposed to be my co-host. Sometimes she be here, sometimes she don't. She's supposed to be my co-host though. I like her. I respect her opinion. She's a very knowledgeable, intelligent woman. She brings a lot to the panel. So the last time she asked me why I didn't leave up her, so I'm trying to leave up her and let her close out with me. You know what I'm saying? But but so like I said, if you fool with the content, hey, please hit that subscribe button. Before we get out here, like I always say, man, hey, if you got somebody that you love, tell them, hug them, kiss them, show them with action, not just say the words of what somebody going through today. It can very well be you tomorrow. With that, we out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Talkin Greazy. We love y'all. Be